Hi, guys. Hello. How are you guys? Nice to see you. Welcome, welcome. Let's see who's in the chat today. Pug Mama, nice to see you. Ashley, how are you, honey? Low, Dripping, Jane, thank you for being here today. Giant Stonehead, I agree with your statement. Totally agree. Marnie, Court, Atomic Blonde, how are you? Nice to see you. Luna, hello. A Wise One, Becky, see who else we got. Tiny Ghost, Jojo. Hi, Jojo. Vanessa, Judy K. Nice to see you as well. Sky Fieri. Hello. Alexis. Panda. Hi, guys. Welcome. I missed you in the chat. I apologize. Welcome. If you're new, my name is Farrah. Welcome to my channel. So I've never reacted to Amberlynn Reid before. So my plan today was let's go over Mr. Snowflake's video from yesterday, the whole Tommy/Emily tea. And then I found a good clip video from Apathetic Facts. It's basically Amber's response to all that happened. So it's kind of a breakdown. So we'll watch that. But first, Foodie Beauty who? Like, Foodie Beauty who, guys? Like, did anybody notice that she uploaded this on her community tab post? Because I just noticed now. Granted, I haven't really been looking at Twitter too much today or like YouTube in general, but I didn't even notice. Hey, Greenie, how are you? So here, have you ever heard of, I'm not even going to try to pronounce that word. It's leaves from the jute plant and it is cooked into a savory stew. Blah, blah, blah. Chantal's talking about food. You poisoned the family. I'm not going to scroll down any further because the next post is the post of the child, which I don't want to show. Nobody cares. Nobody cares. So I just wanted to share that with you guys because I just happened to notice that. So let's get to the real meat and potatoes of this live stream today, guys. All right, here we go. So this is Mr. Snowflake's video. Girls, guys, anybody, control yourselves. I know that you guys love the snowflake. I do have a poll. Please feel free to vote at your leisure. Control yourselves around the snowflake, guys. I understand. I know you like the accent. I know you like the face. I think he's taken. I know you like the facial hair. Just relax, guys. Here we go.
I don't even know where to begin or start.
Hi, everyone. This is me talking with Emily. Right, here we go. Hi, Emily. Hope all is well. What made you want to come out now and discuss your time with Amber? Honestly, I was content staying silent for a long time, but I'm tired of watching her dodge any real accountability. She creates her own reality and then expects everyone to play along. The sad part is most people do because they're either scared of her or don't want to deal with the drama. But I hit a point where I just couldn't sit back and watch her keep rewriting the truth.
Now, listen, I'm just going to, my take on all of this, just an overall sentiment. I don't like either of them. I don't like Emily/Tommy. I don't like Amberlynn Reid. Do I think either of them is telling the complete truth? Probably not, right? Somewhere in the middle, right, is probably where the truth lies. Amber's a bad person. It seems like this Tommy person's a bad person. Like, neither of them look good, but it's messy as hell, and we're just here for it.
That's it. Well, I'm glad you have decided to speak up, so I guess we start at the beginning. I'm guessing everything was fine at the start of the relationship, or were there any little red flags? She says, at first everything was great. I really thought I had found someone who was kind, laid back, and just fun to be around.
Right, everything starts out great in the beginning.
She was able to carry on a conversation, and it's hard to find these days. Looking back now, I obviously was looking at everything through rose-coloured glasses. She really made it seem like she was this grounded, supportive person. I told her upfront that I was grieving Colleen, and still...
Colleen is the girl that she supposedly, allegedly helped feed to death, correct? Again, I'm new to this whole, I got the general gist, but I assume that's the girl before Amber. Jesus, how dark can girl world possibly get, you guys?
Will be. She said she understood, respected that. She said it wouldn't be an issue at all. That was super important to me for her to be accepting of it, and for a little while it felt good. We actually had fun together. We laughed, joked around, and it was chill. I genuinely enjoyed spending time with her before she started showing me who she really is. I guess it was a typical scenario of love bombing. After everything I had been through, it was just nice to feel wanted and not so alone anymore.
I mean, I feel like part of this is probably true, right? It does feel nice to be wanted by someone new and fresh, right? In the beginning, especially if you're grieving, or even if you, God, that whole situation, I can't even, but.
I say, was it still nice when she came to stay with you? How long was she meant to stay for? Emily says, there were a few little red flags early on, like how Amber would get upset if I didn't FaceTime her for hours every single day, or if I was busy at work and didn't have time to message her.
Yes, I was very codependent with Destiny, and I can admit that. I can absolutely admit that.
And right, all the things, well, a lot of the things that Emily/Tommy was saying in this kind of echoed the same things that Beck was saying about Amberlynn, and the rest of her exes were randomly tell people things throughout, time. And so it kind of all makes sense. Doesn't mean it's necessarily true here, but it makes sense, right?
I will admit that 100%. I wanted either like a text or like a call just to be like, I love you. My day's been good. That's all. Because I was home alone 24/7. I'm not perfect. Beck wasn't perfect.
Right. If you're home 24/7 and your partner works outside the home for, whatever, and you're that, like you're Amberlynn Reid or you're Chantal, right? You have nothing else, right? And that person becomes your absolute lifeline, and you become so codependent. Look at Chantal and Salah. Same thing with these two. Just completely, like, Amberlynn was so completely codependent on Tommy, whatever you want to call it.
Like, I was super controlling of their time, of like their energy. I always wanted them near me, like always.
And that creates a lot of jealousy. You start to feel like, well, what are they doing? And you start to get like, I need to know where they are at all times. And then it just kind of spirals. And listen, we've all been there. Maybe a lot of us, myself in particular, when I was really young, did I act a little crazier? Absolutely. I didn't know any better. I was immature. And then I learned better. I never got to these levels, but like, has everyone given someone a hard time? Absolutely. If you said you haven't, you're probably lying, right? Like, we've all given our significant others a hard time about something. But to go this level and with this many exes, like claiming these things, that's a whole different, like, maybe this shit is true, You
take it personally and get upset. During my first visit to Oklahoma, things actually seemed to go really well. But it was a short trip, and we were still in that honeymoon phase. It was during my second visit that things started to feel off. She would get irritated if I checked my phone or responded to messages that weren't about her or focused on her. That visit also happened right...
Like, we all know someone like this. Either we see bits of ourselves in this, or we know people like this probably in your past when they were younger, right? This seems like a very, like, teenagery thing to do, ish. I did not slash any tires. I'm not a violent person.
After she posted who I was and the doxing stuff that followed. So tensions were high, so I kind of brushed it off at the time, thinking it was just stress. But everything really started to change when Amber came to visit me. She was originally only supposed to stay for a week or two, tops. It wasn't going to be some extended thing. We were planning on probably around 2 weeks. I think she stayed like 3 months, wasn't it? 3 or 4 months? 2 weeks, because that's when I'd be off work and able to take her home. But by day two, I've only seen these. Was it last night? I haven't slept for ages, didn't I? I've only seen these once as I was talking to Emily. So I've probably forgotten most of it. Because that's when I'd be off work and able to take her home. But by day 2 of her being at my house, things already started to shift. It was weird how high-strung she was that early on. Day 2. I don't know what shifted or...
I mean, you're in a different environment. People's like real colors come out like real quick, don't they? Especially if you're on vacation with people you don't normally spend a lot of time with, or like can't get away from. People start getting pissy. They're out of their own routine. And for someone like Amber, it's just probably multiplied by like, to the 10th power.
Well, it was the change in environment, but she just acted off.
Exactly.
She really didn't like that I had a life outside of her. I mean, I work 12-hour shifts. I have a
What does Emily do? I'm not familiar. Please don't dox anyone, but like what does she do for a living-ish, like industry? Just curious.
family, friends, pets, a house to take care of. I have responsibilities, but anything
She's
that
a
wasn't
nurse?
about her
Oh,
felt like
wait a second. Hold on, guys. She's a nurse? She's a psychiatric nurse? Wait a second. That seems like a bit of an ethical dilemma, doesn't it?
an inconvenience to her, and she'd made that very clear. Well, by day 2, Jesus. I'd get home from a 12-hour shift, completely exhausted from a stressful job, and she'd get upset if I wanted to go straight to bed. She'd say things like, "Oh, you're not going to hang out with me," or ask me to take her to the casino or go shopping. And if I said no, she'd get upset and compare it to her working on vlogs all day. Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's funny. Amber compared working 12 hours as some kind of nurse or psychiatric nurse or something to making vlogs all day. And like what Amber's vlogs, again, I don't really watch her very often, but like her vlogs are just basically her sitting there or she's at the bingo. Like there's not like Amber.
Yeah.
Someone actually gave me the idea 3-minute vlogmases. Like, and if you
Right,
go
or
over 3
exactly.
minutes, then awesome. That's amazing. Give me the idea 3-minute vlogmases. Like, and if you go over 3 minutes, then awesome. That's amazing. At least you're uploading every single day, even if it's 3 minutes. And I'm like, you know what? That's kind of a good idea.
Saying she still had the energy to do things, so I should too. Amber expected
It's so manipulative. Oh God, it's
me to be constantly available. If I didn't text or call during my breaks, I'm sure we've done this with Destiny, or if I wasn't giving her attention constantly, she'd get upset or start a fight. I told her in the beginning that I need to be able
and look, if it's like that in the beginning of a relationship, if someone's the beginning of a relationship should be like the rush, right? That should be the time where there's no fighting. Everything is just great. You're just learning about each other. Everything's exciting. Let me tell you, no, I'm not going to start that now. I'll tell you my husband did to me earlier, but never mind.
to have alone time because that is how I decompress from stress. We've had arguments about that before. She visited too because she didn't like that. She would always accuse me of not loving her and say how terrible of a girlfriend I was. She wanted me to call out of work anytime she was having a crisis.
That's so manipulative, wanting someone not to go to work just because you're like having a bad day. Don't ever, and then they're going to be at work just guilty that they're there and feeling terrible. And then it's just going to be a miserable day. They probably didn't sleep the night before, right? I mean, that's what we're gathering from these messages.
I just felt like she wanted me to stay home.
Are you getting my text? I feel really sick and I am having an anxiety attack. I really need someone.
I think we all suspected that, talked about that. She was always in a bad mood because of this. If I did anything that didn't involve her directly, she would start an argument. I was exhausted, trying to juggle everything in my life, on top of her constantly being mad at me. We'd get into arguments and she just wouldn't let anything go. She would gaslight, deflect, just typical narcissistic behavior. It got to the point where I started going into the other room just to sleep because she wouldn't stop arguing with me.
Oh God, that's got to be tough, man. I know someone who was in a relationship like this with a woman who didn't let him sleep. She would hound him all night long. It was terrible. Like, and they were married and they had like kids together and stuff. So it was just they were just embroiled in each other's lives. It was really hard to get out. Made their life misery, and oh my God.
When I was trying to rest before a shift, she came into the room and stood over the bed. Ugh.
I'm just really surprised that she didn't just like keep you locked and cornered into an argument all night and you got no sleep, because if that would have happened with me and her, that's what she would have done with me.
She told me that if I wasn't going to finish the conversation, which was basically her going on and on about how I didn't love her and all this other crap, then said, fine, if I can't have peace from being able to have this conversation, then you aren't going to either.
So if I can't sleep, you're not going to either. That is so manipulative and just high school. That's insane.
She would then stand next to the bed I was sleeping in and intentionally keep me up all night. I felt like this happened every time she knew I was going to work.
I feel like that's what Chantal would have done if like her and Nodder had been like physically together more. You know, I feel like Chantal would have been that kind of person, just to harass him to the point where he just like absolutely snapped at her, you know?
Like she was intentionally keeping me up because she didn't
Yeah,
like
oranges.
that I wasn't home instead
Hey, Bex.
of at work. Emily again. Yeah, this stuff was happening more and more frequently. And then I say, it sounds like she didn't want you to work and just spend all day at home with her.
Sorry, his voice is cutting out.
I'm guessing she used BPD as an excuse for her shitty behavior. How did I know that? She 100% used your BPD. Her BPD as an excuse. That's what frustrating me the most.
Imagine having BPD, unregulated, unmedicated.
And whose fault is that? If you know you've been diagnosed by a doctor with BPD and you do not get any kind of care for it or any kind of guidance to help you manage it, how dare you come on here blaming other people for your symptoms and what happens because you're untreated? That's just these women, you guys.
And finding out just betrayal. Like, you go crazy. Like, you genuinely go crazy.
Anytime
That's why you need medication or some kind of therapy.
she'd have one of her tantrums, she wouldn't take any accountability and say it's because she has BPD.
And that's the thing. Like, I could see if you didn't have access to resources. Clearly, Chantal and Amberlynn, both of these women, make their money online. They have relatively easy careers, jobs, whatever you want to call them. They have the means to get the help they need. They choose to spend the money on food and just blowing it on whatever the hell else they feel like blowing it on. That's what's really frustrating because there's so many people, especially now, especially I'm just going to speak about America, like people are going to lose their health insurance if they haven't already. And it's a scary place. And when these women sit out here and just refuse to use the system and to actually use their money for something that they would benefit them, it's just wild.
And she'd be like, I'm not trying to be mean, I'm just trying to tell you how I feel. When she would literally scream at me about something, like taking 4 minutes longer than I said I would.
Did you really set a timer? I did a couple times. Yes.
That's insane. I just want to say, if you're behaving like that, where you have to time your spouse, like for real time them, that's crazy. You need to rethink your life.
Taking 4 minutes longer than I said I would. When I went outside to smoke. All right. I told her she can't use that as an excuse if she refuses to do anything to help herself to get better. She made a lot of false promises.
Hey, have a seat, Mom.
Getting into therapy. She told me in so many different occasions that she was signed up and she never went. I remember.
And now it's so incredibly simple to get. You could literally have therapy at home on your phone. It does not get any simpler than that, right? There's no excuse. You can't get a ride. I don't drive. I can't make it. I don't have enough time. Nope. You can do it from your house. There is no reason.
I remember a video of
these girls just don't want to be honest with the hey Freya, how are you? Nice to see you. These girls just don't want to be honest with the therapist because they know the therapist is going to absolutely tell them that they're wrong, and they do not want to hear that shit.
I said, oh yeah, I found a therapist here in Wisconsin.
So I have actually found a psychiatrist / therapist who I'm going to be speaking to. I'm going to be calling. I have not called yet. I have discovered them. I have found them. I know about them, and they know nothing about me yet.
And this is me. Yeah, I remember a video where she said she found a therapist in Wisconsin, and I thought, right, she's been awful to Emily, and this is her way of saying, hey, I'm going to get help.
Another manipulation tactic, right? Oh, I made an appointment with a therapist. Oh, I'm going to get help. But then never goes.
Because that's what she did with Becca.
Hey, Drusilla.
I'll work on myself, I'll improve. And it didn't last very long.
So I was going to see a BPD therapist when I was in Wisconsin, but they were located in Wisconsin. And I was wasn't thinking at the time. And I do not live in Wisconsin. I live in Oklahoma, so now I have to re-find someone.
Yeah.
This me again. So what would you do all day when you were at work? I'm going to take a guess and say nothing. Ha. Lay in bed all day watching reaction channels. How could I have gotten that right? Yep, that was one of her manipulative tactics, and staying longer when it was getting to
Hey, Missy. Hey, Ashley.
the point where I was asking her to leave. She thought she would get a
Listen, I don't know about you guys, but if I'm in someone's house, I do not live there, and they ask me to leave in no uncertain terms, you bet your bottom dollar I'm getting all of my shit and I'm leaving. That feeling to me, being unwelcome somewhere, is like one of the worst feelings to me. So I can't imagine someone coming flat out saying, I don't want you here anymore, and you just refuse to leave. How do you have just the self-confidence enough to fight someone when you're not even in your own home? Like, that is just wild to me.
therapist here. I'd let her stay so she could do the therapy. She did a whole lot of nothing, to be honest.
Right. So apparently Emily let her stay so that Amber can get this therapy that she promised she signed up for, which I guess never happened. You crazy cat lady.
She'd sit around
Hey,
and watch
FW.
YouTube videos, including reaction channels, all day.
Reaction channels.
Shocking. I did her laundry. Again, I think Casey did all the laundry.
Because me and my mom would do her laundry.
I remember back then I would do our laundry for us. I didn't really like people touching my laundry. I still really don't, but I let Destiny do it because I trust
Lazy.
her. Crystal
I trust her. Yeah.
always does the laundry.
I cleaned up after her and took care of the pets. She won't ever let Twinkie or the dogs out during the day when she was home, so I'll come home from work. Oh yeah, I have to clean up Twinkie's pee off my brand new floor that I put in. I was really proud of that floor because I recently just put it in and I did it myself, which is a lot of hard physical work.
I'm sorry, but if you're home all day and don't really have a job and you're not like filming like 12 hours a day, take your animals outside, clean up after your animals. What the frick is wrong with these people? Hey, Dotson, how are you?
Well, Amber knows about that.
She's claiming property damages because her dog pees on her carpet, and then Twinkie also was peeing on her carpet. They both were peeing on the carpet. Like while we were sleeping, they both. So what I did was I bought this really expensive, I bought 2 of them, this really cool like gate type thing that she actually still has up.
But what did you do when they already peed on the rug? So the rug was already urine soaked, which if you ever had an animal pee on a rug, you know it fucking stinks and you're not really going to get it out ever if ever.
To block the there was pee pads down as well, just for like at night when we were both sleeping.
So they peed through the pee pads or around the pee pads. So that means you guys weren't taking care of them together. Both of you. You're both at fault. If there's 2 adults, you're both at fault.
And they both had a mind of their own, you know. Use pee pads. I actually recently started using pee pads for when I'm sleeping. I have an elderly dog. It just happens. Dogs are dogs.
Take care of them.
Like I tried to fix it, like genuinely, and then I ended up buying a whole steam cleaner for her. Like I tried to fucking fix it, bro. But it's crazy because she has this cat named Princess, which she keeps trying to throw out, by the way, on the streets, and I keep telling her not to.
I hope that's not true. Oh God. Oh, look at her eyes. They're so gorgeous. Little face.
If she really wants to fuck around, we can fuck around and find out. So I'm fucking done. Anyways,
I wonder if these big girls would act like this in person if someone actually stepped up to them and like tried to get into their face. I wonder if they would have any of this smug ass fat girl behind a camera energy. People get real tough behind a camera, don't they?
there's a cat that pees all over the fucking downstairs, on the carpet, on the chair, on the couch.
This is for Atomic Blonde.
On the clothes, on the this, on the that. So stop trying to fucking blame me and my dog for everything in your life.
Everything.
Because I will.
Hey Josh, how are you, honey? Oh, cool. Thanks for coming in.
Literally come for you. Oh.
Are you gonna come for her?
Literally ruined the flooring because the pee would sit there. until I got home from work to clean it.
That's just, if that's true, that's disgusting. Amber, why do they insist on pets if they can't or won't take care of them? I just don't. Get a stuffed animal. Jesus Christ, man. Get a stuffed animal. They're more docile. They don't fight back. You don't have to take them outside. You don't have to clean up. They're not going to pee on your floor. And you could squeeze them and just throw them out, throw them away when you're done if you want. Like,
if you remember one of her vlogs, she talked about her responsibilities of letting the pets out.
So on days that Tommy works, especially, like, I have the same like morning routine. I'll wake up, take the dogs out, refill cat food, dog food, water. It's just like every day, just my go-to.
That lasted about 2 days. This started a lot of fights too.
It's just back at home in Oklahoma, like, my routine is just a little bit different. So having to form another routine, here in Wisconsin is a little hard.
What do I say? Disgusting. Only time I remember her talking about her responsibility with the pets was when she did the video explaining how Rarity got out.
So usually I take the dogs out and this curtain is usually open.
I'm sure she talked about that stuff before, but I just can't remember. Actually, before I ask you about Rarity, how bad did the tantrums get? What was the worst? If you're okay talking about it, if not, I'll shut my face. The tantrums slowly escalated each time. It started with just her shouting at me, to escalating to her slamming doors and punching walls.
and like, see the way that Emily is saying this or writing this, whatever you want to say. It just seems like, but what were you doing too? I don't believe for a second that Amberlynn was just a raging, like, Tasmanian devil, like, just ricocheting through Emily's house with Emily just standing there like, no, please don't. Like, I feel like Emily definitely probably engaged somehow. Not trying to blame her or anything. I just don't believe either of these fucking people 100%. So, I mean, it's, again, somewhere in the middle.
Anytime I tried to leave the room, she would block doorways. She was also really jealous. Anytime I talked about Colleen, I wasn't allowed to share memories or say anything about it really anymore, or she would end up getting really upset and pissed off at me for the rest of the day.
I know how much she loved Colleen and still does. Like, I fully get that. During arguments, she would literally tell me, "You're never going to be Colleen."
If that's true, that's pretty fucked. That's a fucking, listen, again, they're both fucking terrible. Right, the same energy, Ashley. That's what I that's kind of the vibe I'm getting, but we could be totally wrong. But you don't, if that is true, Tommy / whatever the fuck, like,
like, just saying how much better Colleen was. Like, I had to literally,
even if it was true, you don't tell people that. That's fucked up because you can't ever take that back. You just can't, like, once you say something, you can't put it back.
compare myself, and I was in competition with Colleen every single day of my life. Every single day of my life. Every single day that I was with her. But to continuously use Colleen as like a weapon.
Or is Amber using Tommy's grief of Colleen against her? How do you even unpeel this onion?
It became
Gilly.
awkward for me.
It was really hard, but the worst of the tantrums was actually the night before Rarity went missing. She saw me scrolling through my phone and there was women on my Instagram feed. She flipped out and said I was micro-cheating.
Micro-cheating? Oh, okay. I remember what that means, yeah.
Got really fucking upset. Obviously, anyone, even mentally well people would have been pissed, would have been so fucking hurt. Probably marriages would have been divorced, like that type of deal, okay? So we get in a big fight, duh.
The argument escalated really fast.
I mean, duh. Obviously, duh.
That was the first time she got physical with me. She threw things at me.
And she ends up throwing the can at my car. Made me mad.
You're saying if I could hit someone, I would? Okay.
Anybody could hit someone. If you're pissed off or hurt enough or feel threatened, anyone could hit someone. I don't care how little or big you are. You could be the most docile creature in the world. You are capable of hitting someone in the moment. 100%.
I can throw this at someone's head.
Did Amber throw a glass
I mean, that would hurt.
at your mom? Yes.
Did Amber throw a glass at your mom? Yes. Throw a glass at my mom.
Like, the fuck? I could take this and throw it? I'm just not a physically abusive person.
I told her I was going to leave the room. She then grabbed my arm and dug her nails into my arm to the point of drawing blood.
I've never hit anybody either, but like if I had to, like if someone's like coming at me, I'll punch you. Like if I see you're gonna punch me, I'm gonna try to punch you first, right? Like that's just like it's just like fight or flight response. If I can't get away, I'm gonna try to fight back. But I mean, that's an extreme situation for me anyway. I don't get into fights, so.
All I remember is she got mad and she grabbed my arm, dug her nails into my arm.
I tried pushing past her to get through the doorway, and she pushed back into me and actually falling on top of me.
I gotta rewind that. And this is at normal speed, by the way.
Dug her nails into my arm.
I tried pushing past her to get through the doorway, and she pushed back.
I tried to get past her, and she was blocking the doorway. I fucking hate people do that shit because you can't leave, and it's like I have to put my hands on you to get out of this space. You know what I mean?
Nails into my arm.
I tried pushing past her to get through the doorway, and she pushed back into me and actually falling on top of me.
I'm not trying to be funny, but don't feeders want to be crushed? Isn't that part of like the kink? Again, I'm not kink shaming. If you're a feeder, it's fine. Do you, as long as you're an adult. But isn't that like part of it? They want to be like possibility of being crushed, trapped, like, you know. I don't know.
I remember I tripped over her rug. I landed into her. She fell on the ground. And I'm like, as that's happening, I'm trying to get her, like, she's falling. I go to grab her off the ground.
She's lucky she didn't break any of her bones. Again, not trying to be a funny person, but that's a lot of weight coming at you as you're falling, and then you're both hitting the ground at the same time. That's a lot of pressure. Again, not trying to be funny. Hey, Munir.
Didn't work out very well. She still landed on the floor. And then she started like hysterically, how come you pushed me? I'm like, what is actually happening? So she like...
This is probably, again, I don't know how this actually played out, but if that is what happened, I'm sure she was probably fucking startled, right? She's trying to get past you. Things are getting like actually physical, and all of a sudden she's on the ground and you're on top of her. And that's probably fucking terrifying when you're not expecting it to come at you, you know?
I don't know. It was this whole fucking thing.
Right,
I was like,
Ruthie, right?
Right now.
I said, Jesus. She says, at that point, I was livid. I told her to go back to Oklahoma, and then I was absolutely done.
Why didn't she just leave? Like, do you need to have someone call the cops on you? Like, I don't understand how things just escalate. Someone tells you to leave, you fucking go. And she's got the means. It's not like she's being held in some kind of like a financial hostage in this situation, right? Amber has the money. She's got the means to get out. Granted, she doesn't drive, but still, she could leave.
And this is the night before Rarity, right?
And so Amber fell on top of her the night before Rarity. Rarity went missing. If you want my opinion, guys, I have a feeling she opened the door and let her go. I'm going to say it might not be a popular opinion, but someone who isn't embroiled in all the drama, that's my take on this. Seeing all of this, regardless of how it happened, at least we know this timeline is something, right? This is a concrete piece of fact, right? I think she let her go.
Whoa, it just pissed her off more. She then grabbed a picture of me and Colleen and...
How can you throw someone out who is distraught because her cat got out? Then you're the monster. No matter what happened before that, you would be a monster. Right?
Held it up and threatened to break it. She knew that it was something that would happen. And this is the night before Rowdy, right? Whoa, it just pissed her off more. She then grabbed a picture of me and Colleen and held it up and threatened to break it. She knew that it was something that would hurt me more than anything she could do physically to me. Like the lowest she could go, she let her apologize and then tried begging for me back. Saying that it was her BPD. There it is, At first, she denied that she did any of those things, which that sucked too.
No, I never destroyed her ex's photo. This genuinely cannot, like, I have never been so gaslit.
And I'm like, am I just
I mean, neither have we. Like, same.
Imagining the gouges out of my arm. She apologized profusely when she knew that she couldn't gaslight me into believing it didn't happen. At that point, I went to my 12-hour shift after that. Jesus Christ. Oh my God, then you went back to work.
Imagine having that fight with Amber. You're trying to get out of the house. You tell her, get the hell out of my house. She refuses to go. All of a sudden, you're on the ground and she's on top of you, crushing you. And you tell her, get the fuck out. And she still doesn't go. And then you have to go to work the next day. Fuck. Imagine being in that mindset. You probably can't sleep. She's probably kept her up all night, right? She probably didn't let her sleep. Fuck.
I said, all right, here we go. After work, I didn't want to go back home. I was exhausted, drained, and didn't want to deal with her crap all over again.
So Emily went to work, didn't want to go home because obviously who the hell wants to go home to that, right? If you ever had a bad home life situation and you know what's waiting for you, it's like, I'll stay late. I'll work overtime. You want me to work the rest of your shift? I'll do it. You know what I mean? It's more money and I don't have to deal with that, you know? Maybe by the time I get home, that's asleep. If you know, you know.
She had been blowing my phone up all day trying to apologize.
Hey,
and see if I would
Tweety.
change my mind about having her go back home. Okay. After work, I went for a walk to decompress. She was not happy about that and was...
Marnie, sorry, I'm cutting him off for a second. Marnie just asked a really great question. I know this is a theory that's been going around a lot. And the theory is, anyone else think this is all to get coin, all concocted, right? A lot of people have been saying that this is all just for the views. Amber could turn the faucets on. She's a terrible actress. Who the hell knows? Someone's lying about something, right? Jane, yeah, it's crazy, right? I mean, you'll do anything to get away. Could this all be a setup? Could everyone just be playing us? I mean, I guess. It gives us something to talk about, so I'm not mad about it if this is not real. I don't think either of them is a victim, to be honest. Or maybe they both are of themselves. I mean, I don't know.
Was blowing my phone up asking me to come home. It was about 2 hours after my shift that I got a text from her saying that she couldn't find Rarity. She said she hadn't
Oh my God.
seen her all day, but was just telling me this now. At that point, I came home right away. I figured she was just somewhere in the house, and she was just saying that to try to get me to come home. But after I searched the entire house while Amber watched, she wasn't anywhere to be found. At that point, I moved the search outside. I was exhausted, but searched all hours of the night looking for her. I really thought I would find her that night, but it was no luck. I know there's text messages coming up in a second. I'm waiting for that. At that point, I made posters and hung them up all around town to local businesses.
And that's the ones we saw, right? The posters or whatever.
I think Amber even said Emily's basically doing everything.
Tommy has made like online posters and put it on different websites. And like when
Now, again, these tears could very much be because they just got into a fight. And Tommy just told her, GTFO. Well, sody.
Mango juice.
Okay, mango juice. So that could be why she's crying, right? And these are just like, oh, I may as well just tack this on and get some sympathy from this, but it totally fucking backfired.
Outside, and we've been like yelling her name.
Posted on social media and lost cat pages. Amberlynn's one job was to call the shelter to make a report.
Oh,
but
Jane.
when I called the shelter after they found a cat that was deceased, that kind of matched Rarity's description, it ended up not being her. The shelter told me no formal report was ever filed.
So, according to Tommy, Amber never called the shelter to report that Rarity had been missing. If you see any strays like this is my cat, here's her picture, like nothing. If that's true, that is the least she could have done. So if she didn't do that, if Tommy is telling the truth, like, she never cared about that cat, right? She just, again, these animals are just props to these women. Anyone telling you that Amber or Chantal love their pets, they're drinking the Kool-Aid or they're just lying to you to get a reaction out of you, like, honestly.
The only info they had was the report from the Lost Pet database that I submitted. So at that point, I filed the formal report with the shelter with her description.
So then Tommy filed the report because Amber never did. Wouldn't it be pretty easy to figure out like which one of them actually made the report? because I assume you have to give them your name when you create that report. Like, my name is so-and-so, my cat got away, or my girlfriend's cat got away, or whatever. They need a contact name and a phone number. So whose name, not that I want to really care, but like, you could just tell right there who's lying about this particular. That'd be an easy one to figure out who's lying.
Well, they could call if they had anybody turn her in. I'm sure when we saw the report, everybody was like, oh, Amber's got the age wrong of Rarity. And
Right.
I'm sure there was something else wrong. I'll have to check. But I guess that would check out if Emily did it. Maybe she would get the details wrong because... So anyway, I think that fits. But I spent hours upon hours driving around.
Address that, Amber. I'm curious about that one.
Looking for her, walking through fields and in between houses around my house through the snow. I think that's what everyone thought, yeah. Amberlynn would go in the drives with me, but obviously didn't do the walking around part. Again, I think everybody, said that. I would get so pissed when we were driving because she would have her head buried in her phone playing a stupid Farmville type game.
Again, if that, I could picture this in my head 100%, just like a picture Chantal doing something like this as well. If this is true, she doesn't give a shit about the cat. She can't even get out of the car, and that's whatever. But like, you can't even look out the window. Like, what the?
Instead of looking out the damn window to find her cat,
like, not even like pretending to like just go through the motions, look out the window, pretend that you care. I don't know.
I have this app on my phone. It's a game. It's called like Harbor Gossip or Gossip Harbor. I don't even know, but I'm like obsessed with it. I've been obsessed with this game, Dice Dreams.
I loved.
Oh my God, is this like my Aunt Tildy's freaking Facebook? What is this?
Rarity, and she was a sweet cat that would always sleep on my chest. I did everything I could to try to find her. I can't say 100% that she purposely let her out, but given the circumstances, the situation doesn't look good. No, It does not. If it was a ploy to get her to be able to stay in Wisconsin longer, then
Hey,
I
Bella.
guess it definitely worked.
It was a lengthy stay that became lengthier because we loved being around each other, which then became lengthier once Rarity went missing. I wasn't
Yeah, obviously.
not going to leave her here.
See the text?
Right. Right there. I was not going to leave her here. Well, there you go. Emily now is trapped.
This message is coming up 2 seconds.
And it's also like Emily is an adult. This is your house. You tell her to fucking leave. If she doesn't, then you call the police. If you just let her stay there, really, like, how much can you blame that on Amber? I don't know. It's so messy.
Again, I don't know if you're like Amber and keep old messages, but do you have any messages from Amber about Rarity going missing?
Gorlick got flagged? Really? For what? I didn't hear that.
It's the one after this one. Yeah, I do. I have the message of her initial reporting when she's missing, which is time-stamped. It shows that her story that she posted on her vlogs about being missing at 5 a.m. was not correct.
Games.
When it happened, it was 5 a.m.
These are the texts between Amber and Emily. Amber says, "So am I leaving? Wait, I read that wrong. I also have moments where I snap at you. I haven't been able to find Rarity all day." What time is this at? 10:06.
So at 10:06, Amber's saying, I haven't been able to find Rarity all day. Why wouldn't you just say that?
I need help finding her, please. I've been calling her name and looking everywhere all day. Emily says, I'm afraid to come home, to be honest. Amber says, I didn't go to the back porch. Amber says, I didn't go to the back porch.
Okay, right there. First of all, I'm afraid to come home, to be honest. And then she says, I didn't go to the back porch. But then Tommy says, Amber says, don't be afraid. That is such a... Don't be afraid, Clarice. Do we consider Snowflake cow tipping here? That's a good question. Let me end my poll. Let me end this poll, guys. Hold on. All right. So the question was, who do you believe more so far? 1%. There's 1% said Amber. 2%. Holy shit, man. Okay. All right. 19% say Tommy, Emily. 27% say I'm only here for the Snowflake. You guys are hoes. Love you anyway. And The majority, 52%, say neither. They're both bad. I'm in that camp as well. Thank you guys for voting in that poll. 242 votes. Thank you. Yeah. So do we think Mr. Snowflake is cow tipping? What do you guys think? Cow tipping is when you interact with the person you're watching. So, for example, if I went into Chantal's chat and super chatted her with a message, right? That's considered cow tipping. You're not supposed to actually interact. You're supposed to keep a distance between you and her. Now, have I interacted with Chantal in the past? Absolutely. That was before I reacted to her. So, I mean, that's that.
Emma made a whole demonstration video at the back porch explaining what had happened. But here she's telling Emily, I didn't go to the back porch. Don't be afraid.
That's just a stupid lie. I didn't go to the back porch. But in the video, Amber says she went to the back porch. So, I mean, I don't know. You don't think he's cow tipping?
Not going to cause you any stress. You can come home and go into the bedroom. I'll stay in the living room till...
I mean, think of it this way. If, say, for example, say Salah reached out to... Say Salah reached out to Pulpy. No, I'm not going to use Pulpy because Pulpy does not want to touch. Say Salah reached out to Milk Tea, right? Redheaded Milk Tea, right? Would you fault her for giving an interview, for doing an interview video? Like, would you know what I mean? Like, I think I would if they reached out to me and said, "Hey, I want to talk." I'd say, okay. I would give them a platform, I guess. I think. I don't know. What do you guys think? No. No, it's hard to.
You wake up.
Absolutely not. No, not really. Changing the story. It is cow tipping, just in a beneficial way. I mean, yeah. Listen, you're all entitled to your own opinions. Obviously, I'm just curious.
Work. 10:26 p.m.
Yes.
If you didn't hurt me on purpose, why would you regret it? Get real. I don't want you to touch me.
I don't want you to touch me. God. He's from Newcastle. No way. I reckon Farrah fancies. Get at it. Big Korean. You're voted off my island. No, I'm just kidding. That's mean.
Amber says, I regret anything I've done that has hurt you. I understand.
I agree to Big Korean.
What? Okay, well, if I fancy Salah, my husband fancies Chantal. Okay, well, there you go. Well, then you fuck right off my back, babe.
God, Princess is out. Emily's cat. Princess is out. She just went up the stairs into the bedroom. I was so...
What does that mean, Princess is out? She just went up the stairs into the bedroom. What?
Confused for a minute. Emily, can I ask you something? What? Can I have another chance? No. So you want me to pack my bags and leave? Yes. Check snap, please. I've been abused before, and I was done to have stayed with
I know Tweety, yeah.
Because look what it led to.
Right.
Leave? Yes. Check.
So do you want me to pack my bags and leave? Yes. Can I have another chance? No. And then Emily says, I've been abused before and I was dumb to have stayed with her because look what it led to. I would never do that. Oh my God. Someone tells you to leave, just go.
Snap, please. I've been abused before and I was dumb to have stayed with her because look what it led to. And Amber says, I would never do that.
You just hit. Blocking someone's. Sorry if I hit my microphone. Blocking someone's passage so they cannot leave is basically your. What is that? Wow, what was the term that Chantal had when she went to the service de police? Remember that day, that infamous day in history when she went to go report Nodder because he was going to go. What was that? It was not entrapment. It was something else. Joanna, I have a feeling you would know what I mean. Hey, cowboy, how are you, sweetheart? Confinement. Yes, something like involuntary confinement or something. You can't block someone from leaving.
And a whole video. It's taking forever to send.
Because how else are they going to get out besides trying to move you physically out of the way? You know, you're just asking for them to confront you physically. I don't know. I just fucking hate that shit, man. That's bullshit.
There's the text messages. I'll make another video talking more about it, but I'll keep reading. But yeah, very different
Hey, Yas,
to
how are you?
Amber's demonstration video.
Right, low.
Funny that.
We get in a really fucking bad argument. She leaves through the glass door, leaves the door open. I did not notice because I did not go near the door.
Did Snowflake? I watched this whole thing from Snowflake, but did Emily admit that she left the door open, or is this up for debate? Because Amber's saying it was Emily that left the door open, and this is like a big, thing.
I did not go near the door. I was sitting at the kitchen table.
Okay, so this is still up for debate. Okay, just curious.
Waiting for her to come over. And that's when I noticed the cold breeze.
Listen, I'm not trying to judge anybody, but that was like a little dramatic. I mean, listen, I know I cried recently on camera myself. That's why I'm trying to be very conscious of what I'm saying right now. But this seems very performative, in my opinion.
Literally left the fucking door open.
Thanks,
she
Raven.
left it so fast she didn't even close the door.
Hey, Alex, nice to see you. Thank you for coming in. I appreciate you.
It was just a lot. In my brain, I was thinking, there's no way Brady got out. We're good. It's like one of them things. But it was the next day when I was like, something really just does not seem right. I haven't seen Rarity all day.
Histrionics from hell.
I'm thinking, oh my god, I've been taking the blame this whole fucking time.
What a victim.
I've been taking the blame this whole fucking time.
Right, me next. Well, that doesn't look good. She made a couple videos crying about Rarity. Were you off screen watching this, and what did you think? Because her acting is shite. I don't remember saying that. I mean, it's true. Her acting is shite. I've always thought that. I didn't buy she was genuinely sad. Nobody did that. That's not just me.
Right, Joanna. How do you go all day without noticing your pets, especially if you don't leave the house? It's not like you're busy and you didn't notice because you just weren't home. I could see that. That's a plausible deniability, right? This, on the other hand, I mean, I just don't know. Either way.
I was home for a few of them that she filmed. It was always after a fight between her and I. I think she wanted to take advantage of the tears and the crying and put it on camera.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like maybe Amber was like, fuck it. Let's be real victims here and let's get on camera and start saying all this shit, Why not? We just got into a huge fight. I'm going to use this tears and my nasally voice to garner some sympathy online. I got rid of my cat and I got to stay here. So 2 birds, right? And look, I can become a victim too. And there's 3 birds with 1 stone, and it backfired, right?
She just wanted to venture out. I know she just wanted to see. No, like, I don't know where the fuck she is, and it's been just like literally. Sorry.
I even asked her, why would you film right now if you're this upset? Which
right.
She would get pissed, so I never mentioned anything about the vlog.
Like, why are you wasting precious time, like, filming a video when you could be going out and looking for the cat? Even if you just go along for the ride, like, make some phone calls while you're in the car, call the local shelters and just let them know, give them a picture. Like, there are things you can be doing in the moment, especially if you just know, like, the cat was missing all day. She didn't even notice till the next day or whatever, the whole day later. Fucking Jesus.
Yeah. She was obviously the expert and always knew what the right thing was to post. And I say, oh yeah, she's smashing YouTube. Right, sorry, bastard. Emily says, a person can only watch so many videos about Legos, choosy, and the occasional bingo session before boredom sets in. She really doesn't do a whole lot of anything. And I say, I always thought her Rarity videos seemed fake. Well, so did everyone, not just me, yeah. Usually when she knows she's in the wrong, but doesn't want to admit it, she's over the top and extra dramatic about things, yes. And she was definitely over the top. And I said, what was she like in the following weeks or however long? What she said about Rarity? Did she talk about Rarity? Oh, may as well. Also, not to bombard you, but I'll ask while it's just popped in my head and I'm still awake. I just saw a clip earlier today of you and her at the Billie Eilish concert, whatever she's called. Still don't know. You looked miserable. We did talk about her because I was actively searching for her. She would say how much she missed her every once in a while, but she definitely handled it better than I would have ever if I lost my pet.
Oh, that makes me miss Rarity. I miss her so much. Sorry. Moment of silence.
Give me a fucking break.
She would cry sometimes, but she didn't cry like she did on camera about her.
Right. She would cry sometimes, but she didn't cry on camera like she did. Right. So the tears were just probably, yeah.
Oh, okay, right. I definitely feel like this was a huge distraction from the big fight that happened. Oh, yeah. It seemed to blow over faster than it should have. I wanted to keep it civil while she was here, while we were looking for the cat. That's when she tried signing up for therapy in Wisconsin to show that she was going to get help for how she acts.
I need to do therapy for BPD. So I found a dude. Why did I say it like that?
We would argue on and off, though, but she was actively trying to minimize her tantrums. I bought those tickets for her well before this happened. They were really expensive, and because they were in a premium seat, I couldn't resell them. I knew how much it meant to her to see Billy, so I took her. I tend to...
Do you guys think they were banging while they were fighting this whole time? Do you think they were like... Ew. Sorry. I'm sorry I asked that question. I'm such an asshole.
Forgive too easily. At me again. So how did you get her to leave eventually? Because she told us she left because she was a grown-up and had an apartment or some nonsense. It was something stupid like that, wasn't it?
What was the real reason you went back to Oklahoma and didn't stay in Wisconsin? Because I have a whole ass apartment.
But here's my question. If Amber left after X amount of months, right, and she went back to Oklahoma, why, and now we find out they were together this whole time, why did Tommy stay with her? It doesn't add up. It doesn't make sense to me. Was Amber paying her? Like, she's out of your house. It's over. You're done. Like, why are you still with her? This whole thing doesn't make sense to me.
I have a whole life here. I love my apartment. I love living alone in a responsible way.
Scar, what the fuck is that? I
belong here right now. So that is why we're currently in a long distance relationship. But I do see us moving in together in the future.
Didn't make sense anyway. Also, again, while it's in my head and I'm awake, I bet driving her home wasn't all sunshine and rainbows. I think that's when Mop Legs was born, wasn't it? The drive home.
Yeah, but like Emily could have found... Listen, there are a lot of fat ladies in the United States. Okay? We are up to our ears with fat ladies. Speaking as a former fatty. She didn't have to stay with Amber. Like, if Amber's that terrible, right? Like, why are you with her? Unless she's paying for you. And that, is it worth it is the question, you know?
Bottom of her feet just mopping up the piss out of truck stop bathrooms. Oh, she's so gross, man. Oh.
Wait.
She couldn't kiss out of truck stop bathrooms. Oh, she's so gross, man. Oh. She couldn't keep up her normal behavior for too long before her true self came out again, and we started arguing all the time.
Who was on Dr. Phil? Emily? Wait, did I know that? Really? Emily.
I finally got to the point where I couldn't take it anymore and told her she's going.
Emily was on Dr. Phil?
Back home. I drove her back home to Oklahoma myself instead of waiting for her mom to come do it. I don't know why she was insistent on making it seem like it was her decision. All right.
Why are so many people in this space linked to Dr. Phil? Am I the only person that thinks he's a fucking crackpot? That man's nuts. That man is nuts.
Why Amber was acting to us like, oh, it's my decision. Right,
no offense. I don't want to talk about this, but I was in Wisconsin and I chose to come home myself because I love living by myself. Like, genuinely, Tommy didn't want me to leave. Tommy said I am welcome there forever.
Lie. God, what a weird lie. Colleen was the doctors, not Dr. Phil. The doctors. Oh. See, they said Dr. Phil. I don't know. I'm just listening.
Oh, it was 19 hours. I drove 19 hours straight through and flew home the next day. It took that long because of all the stops she had to take. Oh, God, yeah. That was the longest drive of my life, figuratively and literally.
I bet.
Within the first hour of the drive, she was screaming at me so much that Twinkie freaked out and jumped under my feet on the driver's side floor.
First of all, I'm under the mindset if you're taking your pet in the car, I don't give a shit how scared your pet is. It is unsafe for the pet and the people in the car and the people on the road around you if your pet is not in a carrier. I don't give a fuck how good your cat is. I don't care. If that cat gets spooked, that cat could easily dive under the seat and do something like this. I'm not saying this actually happened here, but it's for your safety of your pet too. By the way, guys, like that's fucking nuts.
I was driving on the highway and I had to pull over because
Raw in the car. Strap something, like you need to restrain your pets. Anything could happen and you'd never forgive yourself, right? God forbid something happened and you hurt someone or your pet or yourself. Like,
you won't come out. I don't even remember what she was mad at me about. I think it was a
and while that's not like animal, I don't know if that'd be considered animal abuse. It's not being a good pet owner, in my opinion. Again, in my opinion.
Over me getting to choose the music on the radio since I was driving that long, and she wanted to choose to listen to.
Have you enjoyed the ride so far?
I do. I like it. Even the music.
Animal
thing.
seatbelts.
Even the music.
Yeah, it's been pretty cool.
We had a
Do you
Billie
like it?
Eilish
Are you happy?
streak. Yes.
That's what
And I
matters.
appreciate you guys taking me.
That's what matters.
No.
Hey, Carol. Nice to see you. Thanks for coming in.
Yeah, this is her again. After she was back home, she
Right? Smoxy, right? Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, you don't want your animal going through your windshield. Like, would you leave your baby in the car without just rolling around on the floor? Like, no, absolutely not.
tried ringing me back in, saying she was going to therapy and actively working on it, and maybe the distance would be good to help us eventually be able to be together again without
Choosy FM sounds like a Grand Theft Auto station, like a radio station.
the fighting.
Yeah.
We had a lot of on again, off again
Relation.
stuff. I think we all knew that as well, yeah. Every time I tried to cut things off after things were getting bad again, she'd always have some sort of health scare to bait me back in.
Who does that sound like, you guys? Foodie causes an absolute ruckus posting a child on her live stream. That's still up, by the way. I know, Scar, it's wild. And then all of a sudden, the internet goes absolutely insane. What happens? Oh, she comes back a few days later. I was in the hospital. That's really just the most pathetic looking thumbnail of her laying in a hospital bed, like just like a corpse I've ever seen in my life. Like it. Chantal, Amber, girls, enough with the health scares. One day you're going to actually have a health scare, and like a real health scare, and you're never going to be able to come back and explain your way out of it. And it's not going to be funny. It's going to be tragic.
Well, that doesn't sound like Amber at all, does it?
So they're doing everything they can. She was like, "Oh, it just means like you could possibly have a blood clot. That's why we checked your lungs." What? I'm itching so hard. I am causing welts.
Oh, and then I say that she's done that on YouTube for years, gets found out or has some big drama, and then returns with, "Oh, hey guys, I have a new health issue."
Mm-hmm.
And also a poor Twinkie man. Anytime I've seen that dog on camera, they look terrified. I know why now. And again, I'm probably remembering wrong, but I'm sure Amber said she was on FaceTime with you when she was in a store with her mum when you ended it. Probably remembering it wrong. Sorry.
I have no idea what he's talking about here, so.
You probably am. How did you end it, and how did she take it? Both her pets would get scared during a tantrum. Wasabi would always run and hide in his little enclosed litter box when she would yell. I felt so bad for him. I feel bad for Twinkie too, being stuck inside 24/7. I had to say...
So she never took the dog out? Oh my God. Guys, don't get dogs if you're not going to take them outside. What the fuck? It's easy to say you love animals. How do you take care of those animals? You know, it's easy to just post pictures online and say, "Oh, I love animals." Like these two idiots, like freaking Chantal and Amber. Look how they treat them.
I have no idea about when or what time she's referring to about being in the grocery store. I might be remembering it wrong. Probably am.
Oh, nice, Joanna. Rosie stood up for you in her chat. Good for her. She's weird, man. These people just get weirder and weirder, don't they? Like,
I had to end it for a multitude of reasons. She obviously didn't take it well. There was a lot of threats made of trying to ruin my life if I said anything publicly of her online.
So, you know what? I'm going to fucking Snowflake. But if you share a video, which I have never shared screenshots of, if you share a video of me during a BPD meltdown where I'm half naked due to your betrayal, that's when suing will entice.
entice. Emily, Tommy, whatever you want to call yourself, please don't do that. That is insane. That's just, listen, for us, it'd be great to like listen to. I'm not saying we need to see that. That is such a violation of someone's rights, though. I mean, again, this is such a gray area to me. I don't know. Would you guys want to like see that? Honestly, I mean, I don't know.
Will happen. Absolutely.
It's a soft love. It's a soft love. It really is. She still tries to reach out to me. Sometimes she's civil, and sometimes she's absolutely unhinged. You don't say.
Rosie's dad's a mod in her chat. You got to meet him the other day. Really, Joanna? That's hysterical. Talk about touching the cows, man. That's an accidental cow touch, though. Listen to the audio. Yeah.
She did do a lot of threatening anytime she felt like she didn't have.
I mean, is that against the law? Thanks, Myrnie. I'm trying.
Control of the situation. I'm still worried she's going to totally lose it once she finds out I talk to you.
I should be fucking showering right now. I should be fucking washing my hair. I should be just fine and dandy. I feel like I'm gonna have a heart attack right here.
Oh my god.
She went live twice just before bed and when she woke up. When I watched that Beck and Destiny collab, I was shocked at the similarities. Yeah, it's the same, Emma.
Rosie accused Zachary and Michael of grooming her after they didn't want to be friends. What? Sorry, my husband's a fucking pig. Excuse you. I'm on a live stream. That's very rude.
Oh, isn't it? Unless they're not giving all the details. I feel like she's gotten worse since then, not better. Maybe she was just rough on me because I didn't put up with her crap or fall for her manipulation. I
mean, you kind of fell for her manipulation. I mean, she was able to stay with you. She manipulated her life, you into her life even longer than you wanted her there for in the beginning. Like, so yeah. Both and neither are victims, in my opinion.
You feel drained too? Or have I missed a message? Sorry. Anyway, I think I said I felt drained.
I heard Joanna,
just
yeah.
listening to it, so it must be worse for her. Do you feel drained too? It's not a time I like to think about or remember. It's all a lot. I appreciate you respectfully listening to what I have to say so I can share my side of the story and not let her control the narrative. Is that it? That's it. I'm just glad they were in order. Like I said, the first time, well, the only time I've went through them is when I was talking to Emily, and then I quickly put them up, and then I've done this. Right, that is it. Well, it's it for now. Because I know she's gone live twice and blamed Emily for Rarity getting out. And today, I only caught a couple of clips, but she seemed very smug. So, the end of this...
Girls love being smug, don't they?
This video was meant to be me saying something along the lines of, Amber, take accountability, like you didn't do with Beck. Take accountability, say sorry, and
right.
Genuinely try and improve.
Listen, that's one good thing about this YouTube in general, right? There is room for people to improve. Like if people genuinely see you're trying to actually trying to change and be a better person, people will come around. Some people, you will find a newer audience, maybe just a different audience. Maybe you will change people's minds. People do like to root for comeback kids, right? It is a thing. But it's just you never see that because these girls just don't try, right? And yes, are we hard on them? Absolutely. Are we critical? Of course. How can we not be after all the shit we've seen over the years? But there are people out here who would recognize it, I think anyway.
And this won't go away, but it'll be the end of it for me making videos and for Emily. Emily just wanted to get this off her chest. And this would have been it. This would have been my only video, and Emily would have been done. However, because Amber is super smart and acted very smug in today's live stream and blamed Emily, Emily is rather pissed. And now it's not the end of it.
Part 2 coming up, maybe.
Which it was gonna be. So we're not done. I don't think we're done anywhere.
And by the way, I was in his premiere when this was going off. There was like 7.7 thousand people watching him live as he was premiering this. When I was in there, it was amazing. Like, thank you guys for coming out and watching him. We have to support everybody. This takes a fucking village to do, guys. It's not like one person can do everything. So, Mr. Snowflake, thank you for sharing this with us.
From the little bit of conversation I had with Emily today, I don't think we are done.
13,000. Fuck.
There is more to come out.
So he's not done. We're gonna have more, guys.
Yeah. So yeah.
Yeah, I'll do a poll. Who thinks this is real or just for coin? Let's do a simple little poll here, guys. Hold on. Let me just. All right. I'm gonna word it just like you asked. And I'm gonna give you a third option. There you go.
Just Amber shot herself in the foot by just having to go online and lie.
Does anyone know if the rumor is true that Mr. Snowflake deleted some content exposing Emily's true nature after agreeing to do this? I heard that rumor, but I have no idea. I don't follow him so closely that I would notice. I'm not sure.
And act really smug. A lot of stuff there. Yeah, you don't have to believe Emily. Loads of people won't. I'm sure some people will. But the messages, I'll just talk about it in a second.
Listen, and as a content creator, you're allowed to change your opinion. It might not be the popular thing, and you might get some of your viewers like really get pissed at you for doing certain things, but you got to do what you think is right in the moment. And if he did, he did. And, you know, it's up to people to judge him for that. If you think that's shady or something or whatever, like, and if you don't, I mean, frankly, I don't follow this close enough. And I think both of them are pretty terrible. I mean, Amber and Tommy. So I don't care either way, to be honest.
Yeah.
I'm just
there it is. So am I leaving? So she knows this is it now. Emily's not taking her nonsense. It's game over. I haven't been able to find Rarity all day. This is at 10:06. I need help finding her, please. I've been calling her name and looking everywhere all day. Looking everywhere. But then also says I didn't go to the back porch. Okay. I didn't want to pester Emily too much because, like I said to her, it's draining listening to. I'm guessing people are drained listening to it now.
Right, and if you're trying to like ask people questions like Ruthie, like if you're trying to ask someone like trying to find out information, just like give me your side of the story. You can't be if you're nasty to someone and if you give them an attitude, they're not going to want to answer your questions. You have to be at least somewhat neutral, right? You have to at least be polite in some form, even if you don't like that person, right? You still have to give them a little bit of respect. They're answering your questions, you know? I mean, I don't know.
So I didn't want to just ask her a million questions. But, like I said, after the smugness of today, I've said, look, if you want to find more proof about anything, go for it. Go for it. Go through your phone. Do an Amber. Go through your phone. Anything you like. But yeah, anyway, I'm rambling. Emily is pissed. What a dumb move. Just come on camera, say sorry. And then just...
The girls love to double down. They love to choose always the worst option for themselves. And it always backfires on themselves. It doesn't backfire on the community. It backfires on themselves.
I mean, we did it with Beck, didn't we? And I stupidly thought, I was the only one, I stupidly thought, oh, I'm going to get the arc I envisioned when I first started watching Amber. She's going to come good in the end. She's going to turn it around because she said she was going to take accountability. And I believed her.
I mean, listen, we're all guilty of it. Giving empathy, believing people. We shouldn't. It's okay, Mr. Snowflake. You're human. It's all right.
And she obviously didn't and blamed Beck for everything. Just did what the clips I've seen of the live stream today, she did that with Beck. Just turned it around and said, oh, Beck did this. Beck who did all this. And yeah, like what I've seen today, oh, it was Emily. Emily did this. All right, okay. Anyway, there's your messages. Yeah, I don't think it's the end of it now. Just what a dumb move. Anyway, I'm rambling. Thanks so much, everybody.
Thank you, Mr. Snowflake. All right, we're going to go on now. We're going to watch, again, this is from Apathetic Facts. This is Amberlynn's completely unhinged response to the Emily video that we just watched from Mr. Snowflake. So here we go. I've got this. And let me just make sure it's not too fast. Hold on, guys.
So by now we've all seen Amber's desperate attempt at damage control ahead of Emily's interview with Snowflake. Well, Emily seems to have gotten wind of what Amber said, and she responded on her Instagram.
And again, I have both these videos linked down below. Please go give them a thumbs up and subscribe to them if you haven't.
Amberlynn's latest accusations and her attempt at damage control are genuinely unhinged.
Okay.
And for those of you who are supporting her and believing her, congratulations.
Okay, this says, this is again a post from Tommy/Emily. Amberlynn's latest accusations and her attempt at damage control are genuinely unhinged. And for those of you who support her and believe her, congratulations. You were just manipulated by Amberlynn Reid. Join the club. If she had nothing to hide, why is she already rushing to clarify specific things I haven't even spoken about yet? How does she already know what situations I'm talking about with Snowflake if there wasn't anything she should be held accountable for? She knows exactly what I'm going to say because she knows exactly what really happened. I'll be the first to admit that I said some awful things during our relationship. I'm not Pocahontas. Fuck, that is both mean and amazing. I'm not here to paint myself as perfect, but I do hold pride in the fact that I'm not going to say anything that's not true. The fact that she's spinning the narrative before I've even spoken should tell you everything you need to know. Hey, Jane, welcome back.
We're just manipulated by Amberlynn Reid. Join the club. If she had nothing to hide, why is she already rushing to clarify specific things I haven't even spoken about yet? How does she already know what situations I'm talking about with Snowflake if there wasn't anything she should be held accountable for? She knows exactly what I'm going to say because she knows exactly what really happened. I'll be the first to admit I've said some awful things during our relationship.
I mean, that's an interesting take. Amberlynn knows exactly what to say because she knows exactly what happened. I mean, I guess. Jane, I saw that when I saw Milk Tea's reaction to that. I was laughing.
I'm not here to paint myself as perfect, but I do hold pride in the fact that I'm not going to say anything that's not true. The fact that she's spinning the narrative before I've even spoken should tell you everything you need to know. Well, Emily has spoken. The video went up earlier today, and shortly after, Amber went live to react to it. And prepare yourself, she's absolutely unhinged.
I personally do not and will not.
This says, hi, Emily, hope all is well. What made you want to come out now and discuss your time with Amber?
Be watching, per se, like listening with my ears. Snowflake's video, he triggers me. He gives me anxiety. He is an apologist. I have it on mute.
That's true, Sugar. Yeah, that's true. I mean, yeah. No, Milk Tea is different. Milky is the live streamer, and Milk Tea is the British lady with the, I think her wig is now blondish. She's got an accent, and she just does like, just her looking at the camera, just like pre-recorded videos. She's British.
I don't want to listen to it. I'm going to respond to what she said. Emily messaged me last night. It's been just this vicious cycle of what it's been this whole time of her saying one thing, me saying another. I don't know how the same reaction channel who once thought my ex was all of these horrendous things have now like switched the script, and Emily is like a saint and we need to like interview her.
I don't think anyone's calling Emily a saint. I just think Mr. Snowflake was being polite to get his questions answered. Again, if he was a dick to her, she's not going to want to answer his questions. Nobody would. right? It's just, you have to have some kind of level of being calm so you can get through the questions. It's not rocket science.
You know what? I want to be interviewed. Like,
this made me laugh. You want to be interviewed, ma'am? You have a YouTube channel. The only things you talk about are yourselves. Like, are yourself. Like, who is going to interview you? What haven't you told us? We know everything. Like, right? I mean, honestly, at this point.
when is it my turn? But no, none of these reaction channels want to put it in a light of, you know what? Amberlynn has done some things, but maybe for the first time, she might actually be slightly a victim here.
If you have to call yourself a victim, I mean, fill in the blanks.
But no one wants to see it that way. When they once did. They once were trying to get me away from the feeder. But now it's like,
oh, who does this sound like? Oh, you guys were all, get away from Natty Daddy. He's bad news. And then now you all want me back with him. Anything, bend anything the community says, bend it to her will and give it to, bless you, honey. Give it to her, bend it to her will, and, you know, make it all about her. She's the victim, of course she is.
The roles are reversed. I don't want to do this. I regret not doing this with the whole Beck thing, but it's my turn to respond to exactly what Emily said. And I'm scared in the sense of, like, she has been threatening me. She's doing this whole dance of, if you shut up, I'll shut up. For 8 months of the time that we were in a relationship, I know you're watching. Hi.
I know you're watching. Hi. What a fucking... God.
You were literally online, publicly humiliating me and hurting me while we were in a relationship. You were doing it anonymously, but also with your name. So hardcore that people were actually truly believing we weren't together. And I had to keep my mouth shut. Why? Because one, I literally loved you. I finally said,
I hate the way she says literally.
This is my last straw. You're threatening me? Oh, life would be so much easier if you were just honest. Guess what? I am being honest. And that's what makes this easy for me. Thank you. The fact that she had the audacity to message me last night and I was trying to reply with these, like, well thought out responses. Why do I take the time? The brows, you're so insane. Like, it's actually crazy. Let's say she did all that. Okay, that doesn't change what you did. My whole thing is, like, why is it always Amberlynn? Why is it always Amberlynn that's in the fault? Always Amberlynn. You know what's funny?
Because maybe Amberlynn's always wrong. This is from Apathetic Facts. I have it down in the description box below, honey.
One thing that I know to be true is that Emily was held at gunpoint. I do know that to be true.
What?
True. Like, it's literally in court documents. That's not a lie. And when it happened, I stuck by her side. I made a whole video. I wrote a whole thing and read it in a YouTube video. I stuck up for her through and through because you want to know why? The haters and the girl world of it all and the reaction channels were saying that it was Emily's fault that happened to her. You guys are literally witnessing it firsthand, a bitch going insane.
Why? Oh, shit.
I don't even know where
Fuck.
to begin or start.
I just went back. Sorry, guys.
If you shut up, I'll shut up.
There was
8 months of this.
There was a little Jeff. There's a little Jeff flying at my house. I can't get him, and he just flew on my thing. So I was trying to spoof him off, and I hit the thing. Sorry.
The time that we were in a relationship, I know you're watching. Hi. You were together. You're threatening me? Oh, I finally said, this is my last straw. You're threatening me? Oh, life would be so much easier if you were just honest. Guess what? I am being honest. And that's what makes this easy for me. Thank you. The fact that she had the audacity to message me last night and I was trying to reply with these, like, well thought out responses. Why do I take the time? The brows, you're so insane. Like, it's actually crazy. Let's say she did all that. Okay, that doesn't change what you did. My whole thing is, like, why is it always Amberlynn? Why is it always Amberlynn that's in the fault? Always Amberlynn. You know what's funny? One thing that I know to be true is that Emily was held at gunpoint. I do know that to be true. Like, it's literally in court documents. That's not a lie. And when it happened, I stuck by her side. I made a whole video. I wrote a whole thing and read it in a YouTube video. I stuck up for her through and through, because you want to know why? The haters and the girl world of it all and the reaction channels were saying that it was Emily's fault that happened to her.
Were they?
You guys are literally witnessing it firsthand, a bitch going insane. And this is what I
get help. If you are seeing that you are in distress and you are aware that you are in distress, get fucking help. YouTube is not your therapist. Your chat is not your therapist.
I had to deal with. Pocahontas. Thank you, Nicole. And the 62 people who thumbs it up.
Pocahontas, man. Fuck, slap that on some merch. That's oh god.
You know what? Make it 100. Let's get that fucking thing up to 100. Not only is it fat shaming, but you're making fun of someone that genuinely was in a relationship, fat shaming their partner. Those of you who agree to that, I would never want to be in a relationship with you. Like, you guys.
Nobody wants to be in a relationship with you, clearly. I mean, like, come on.
They're sick. And you know what's funny? Let's go back to the Beck situation right quick. So many people were like, oh my God.
Why? Don't you have enough on your plate, Amber? Why would you bring up Beck right now?
Amberlynn wasn't there. But no one ever like sits there and goes, why did Beck stay? Like, it's Beck's fault. They have all this like.
Look at the super chats just rolling in. My God. The more sloppy you are online, the more you get paid. That's what. Do you see? Look at them all just flooding onto her screen. It's oh my God, it's always Beck's fault. Yeah.
Sympathy for Beck. But yeah, I was in a relationship where I stayed in Wisconsin for 3 months where I felt genuinely miserable. And everyone's like, it's your fault. I have never been with someone like this in my life who genuinely, I have never screamed at the top of my lungs till I've been in a relationship with her. Like, call me borderline babe. I don't give a. I have never felt that kind of rage.
This is her admitting she has never felt this kind of rage. She has never screamed this loud in her life. Why do people turn on the camera and just incriminate themselves? Why? I don't understand. Just control. A little bit of control goes a very long way. And the more and the longer you do it and the more you practice, the better at it you get. It's easier as time goes on. Fucking control yourself.
Guess what? This is entertainment for you guys. So I hope you're enjoying.
It's entertainment for us and you are getting paid. This is all bullshit. Like, this is all, I do not feel bad for you. You're getting paid. You are exploiting your problems on the internet. You're exploiting your mental health problems. That's what this is. I have a feeling at some point in the future, I think YouTube is going to be held accountable. Something is going to happen to someone, or something is going to happen. And YouTube is going to have to change some of their policies, right? Like, what if someone hurts themselves, like really hurts themselves? I don't know.
Receipts are your line, of course. Oh, thank you for the money. You have a history of being a though. And you know who else has a history of being abusive? Emily. Whoa. My last message, I'm sorry for you because you can't accept responsibility is why you can't grow. I hope you grow one day. I hope that you continue sending me super chats. Thank you. All exes have said the same thing about you. You know what's funny about that? It's easy to do when you have thousands of people backing you up. Thousands. Literally thousands.
How many thousand, like 200 and how many thousand subscribers does she have?
They violated your expectation of privacy by releasing private text messages. You have a legal case here. Ranch Girly,
I agree. Cringe. I agree. I think, listen, Girl World has been kicking up a lot lately. Who knows?
Thank you so much for the super chat. And genuinely, I had no idea that happened.
Who would play Amber? Who would play Chantal? I think Amber would be like Chrissy Metz. Chantal. I don't even know. The girl who played the main character in Baby Reindeer on Netflix. That actress with a lot of fucking prosthetics because she's actually pretty. Who would play Tommy? Who would play Salah? Oh God, this could be a fun fucking. Is Danny DeVito busy? Danny DeVito is amazeballs. He is so talented.
We're not together anymore. I could trust you that, James. But thank you.
Yeah.
Can you throw it back? Hell yeah, I can. And you know who loved it? Emily.
What does I'm old. Hi guys, I'm old. What does throwing it back mean? I assume it has something to do with sex. Please cover your ears if you're not interested in this. I really want to know what that means, and I don't want to Google it because again, I'm old and I'll probably stumble on something really gross. What does that mean?
Oh, can you throw it back? Hell yeah, I can. And you know who loved it? Emily.
Babe, what does it mean I could throw it back? Like if someone says, can Farrah throw it back? What does that mean?
Fight.
Fight?
Yeah.
No, that's not what that means. Does it mean like gross? Twerking? Shelly thinks it's twerking. To arch the back and thrust. Like back. Oh, like, okay. Ew.
How can she be what she's into and body shame you and same behavior on their part? I don't understand it. It makes me feel people my size are just not accepted in society. We're
Jesus, low. Fuck. Okay.
not like the standard of beautiful. And finally I got with someone that like desired my body, and I've never experienced that before. So then when she would make fun of me and she would make fat jokes, like literally
That's fucked up. Listen, you should not be calling your partner fat. If your partner is calling you fat, leave them. That is cruel. That is just cruel.
To my face. That's one of the reasons why I knew it was her that said Pocahontas, who said that if I lost weight, I'd look like a melted candle, because she also said that about another girl.
Someone said that about me, which I thought was really funny. It's not true, but it's funny. It's a good joke. If you're saying that about your girlfriend or your wife, that's, ma'am, Emily, you like the big girls. Why are you making fun of her for that? That's fucked up.
Who lost a bunch of weight. And that's how I knew it was her. And she lied and lied and lied.
Oh,
she was like, that's not my Reddit. That's not my Reddit. That's actually my friends. That's actually my friends. And then she finally admitted it to me.
Turquoise, yeah.
And she said it was hers. I'm dreading reacting to the screenshots. That's why I'm like prolonging this as much as possible, because I just don't even want to know. Explain the proof you lied about E letting R out. I did not lie about E letting R out. SF
E is Emily letting Rarity out.
deleted stuff critical of her. Oh,
I want to hear what Emily's like response is to Amberlynn saying that she let the door open and the cat got out. Rarity got out. Classic. Joanna, classic.
I know Snowflake did. Oh, I know he deleted stuff critical of her. I'm literally not stupid. I know this, and I know this because of Emily. Emily follows along on all this crap.
So do you. All of you guys do. All of us do. Listen, if someone's telling you that I don't follow Amberlynn, bullshit. You're following. If you're this involved, if you have friends in the chat, you're involved. Like you're invested a little.
I personally
we all are. It's fine.
I don't watch the reaction channels. I don't go on the forums. I don't go on the Reddits, but she does. So when are you going to react to what the feeder said? Only I can call her that. We are not together. You think I'd be doing this if we were together?
That response. Someone asked, would you be doing this if you were still together? Like, is this all for show? Is this all just for drama?
That we are not together. You think I'd be doing this if we were together?
She actually just guys, just how dare you? Like,
No.
it was an actual pearl clutch if she had a choker clutch, if she could get to the choker.
Okay, first thing that popped up was, hi Emily, hope all is well. I'm about to kiss your so I can make some money and get some clout. What made you want to come out now and discuss your time with Amber? Okay, so funny situation about this is Emily and I literally
the smug
just got into an argument, and that's it. That's it. That's always what happened. Anytime you guys saw her talk about me online, it's literally only because we got into an argument. If that's not like some type of like, I say abuse because it's like lack of a better word. If that's not whatever that is, what is it? Tell me. Emily's response. Honestly, I was content staying silent for a long time, but you weren't. You weren't silent. What? I was silent. That was me. That was me.
Because you wanted everyone.
I'm tired of watching her dodge any real accountability. You are literally the queen.
All right, we're gonna end that poll because Marnie's ready to. This is a poll just for Marnie. So here we go. Is it real or just for coin? Damn. So 28% say real. 38% say coin. So that's like the winner. But unsure is 34%. That's pretty close. It's pretty close. I think, yeah, I'm unsure myself. Personally, I am unsure. Thank you guys for voting. Cool. It's weird. The votes are going up and down, up and down. Okay, I'm going to go now. Thank you.
Queen of dodging accountability. For you to say sorry, random fact, Emily does not know that word. She creates her own reality.
Neither do you. You could have ended this. Why do they always make themselves look worse? Just say you're sorry and shut the fuck up for a couple days. Let it blow over. Just let it blow over. They need it. They need a PR person.
And that expects everyone to play along. Are we describing you right now? The sad part is most people do because they're either scared of her and don't want to deal with the drama. But I hit a point where I just couldn't sit back and watch her keep rewriting the truth. You are not afraid of me. How many times have I said that I'm afraid of you? You are not afraid of me because you've gotten public behind my... Amberlynn, calm down. I'm about to have a BPD meltdown here on live. Behind my back.
How dare you put the... So what is your chat just supposed to sit there and watch you have a BPD meltdown? How dare you? That's, again, flashbacks to, I know I bring it back to Chantal a lot, but I can't help it. I'm a reaction to Chantal. Like, that's just what I do. I just picture her in the car outside of Notter's CPAP rescue night, her enticing her chat, egging them on, like maybe someone should call the cops. And then someone ended up calling the police. And that's exactly what Chantal wanted to get herself out of the culpability of, so Notter couldn't tell her, hey, why the fuck did you call the police? Right. So he couldn't get mad at her. Same concept, I feel like, right here, you know?
Back, you've said awful things about me. You've done it publicly knowing that I would see it. If you were afraid of me, you would have never done those things. Not only that, if you were afraid of me, you would have never verbally... I've said that word so many times. This is not going to be monetized. Like, you wouldn't have verbally me repeatedly to my face in text, in Messenger, in this. You're not afraid of me. There's nothing to be afraid of. That's just easy for you to say to look like the victim. Yeah.
Look, you're both trying to look like the victim, to be fair. Again, as an outsider, you're both trying to look like the victim. No one is really taking any culpability or responsibility for anything. Neither of them, really.
You could be afraid of a BPD meltdown because those can be kind of hecticana. I'm not going to lie about it. Snowflake replied, well, I'm glad you decided to speak up so I get the money from it. So I guess we start at the beginning. I'm guessing everything was fine at the start of the relationship, or was there any little red flags? Well, there was red flags.
What's with the attitude? You look ridiculous, madam.
For me, but you know what? I was so fucking blinded by love bombing that I just like, red flags? What? They're in
what? Thousands of people telling me I'm insane for dating this woman. What? Like what? Like, oh my God.
Heart shapes though. And I also see red flags in the shade of pink. Let's see. Oh, we have a long. Okay. Emily said, at first everything was great. I really thought I had found someone who was kind.
Amber's loving this, by the way.
Just fun to be around. She was able to carry on a conversation. And it's hard to find these days. Looking back now, I obviously was looking at everything through rose-colored glasses. Wow, that sounds very Amberlynn coded, because that's how I feel about you. She really made it seem like she was a grounded, supportive person. I told her upfront I was grieving Colleen and still will be. Yes. She said she understood and respected that. Yes. She said it wouldn't be an issue at all. That is true. That was super important to me for her to be accepting of it. And for a little while, it felt good. We actually had fun together. We laughed, we joked around, and it was chill. I genuinely enjoyed spending time with her before she started showing me who she really was.
Yeah, because they're both on their best behavior in the beginning, like most people are in relationships, right? Everything is great in the beginning.
I guess it was a typical scenario of love bombing. I stayed the same throughout our whole relationship. The fact that you can sit there and say that the roller coaster of our relationship that we were in was due to my love bombing and not your unwavering love. That is something that you told me, that I had unwavering love, but you, every day, I did not know what Emily I was going to wake up to.
Oh my God. And yeah, she's saying she's going to have a bipolar meltdown, and she's calling Emily different people, different person. Okay. That makes sense, right, guys? That makes sense.
Was it the one that loved me? Was it the one that hated me?
Jizzo.
Was it the one that just wanted my belly? I kissed your ass.
Wait, what?
But you, every day, I did not know what Emily I was going to wake up to. Was it the one that loved me? Was it the one that hated me? Was it the one that just wanted my belly?
I mean, Jesus effing Christ, you guys. Muhammad Ali. What the fuck, Kevin?
I kissed your ass because I was scared of you. Finally, when my BPD meltdowns.
I don't think either of them are scared of each other. My God, Emily could run faster, but Amberlynn, you just hurt more because you're just bigger. It's 6 and 1, half a dozen.
Would snap. That's when my fear was gone because I was so heightened and so scared. My fight or flight was fight. The fact that you're turning this around and rewriting this whole thing to make you seem like a victim because my ex Beck might have been. You know exactly what you're doing.
Might have been, so now you're denying the fact. Okay, well, Jesus, woman. Oh my God.
Emily is that type of person who would wake up. You wake up in the greatest mood. I'm talking about me. I wake up in the greatest mood. I'm in Wisconsin. She wakes up raging at nothing.
Probably because you kept her up all night long and she had to go to work for 12 hours the next day. I'd be pretty pissed too. I wouldn't be in a good mood when I got out of bed. Because you know why? You could sleep all day and just sit around. And she probably had to go to work.
And that's what I had to deal with. And you're rewriting history to the very creator who called you a murderer. After everything I've been through, it was just nice to feel wanted and not be so alone anymore. I did want you. And you weren't alone with me. That's one thing about having BPD is I might be up your ass a little too much. Thankfully with Zoloft, I gave you a lot of space. No matter what you put me through, you were never alone. You hurt me and I was the one apologizing for getting blood on your face.
You hurt me. I'm the one that's hurt. So everything I'm saying is validated because I feel hurt. I'm the victim. You're not allowed to feel hurt. It's just me. Oh my God. Have a good one, Missy. Have a nice one. Thanks for coming in.
That was a metaphor. I don't want people to take that serious. I hate Snowflake more than anything in this world.
Oh, I'm sure he's going to give a fuck rats about that.
And I really hope that he gets some sort of like karma in his life. Like genuinely. Because it's not fair.
Honey, you're the one in a 600-pound body. You're the one crying on the internet about every single person you have dated since you started your YouTube channel. Like, why do we hear about all these exes? I don't see Mr. Snowflake's exes coming out of the woodwork, calling him a piece of shit and an abuser, and like, I don't know.
Was it still nice when she came to stay with you? How long was she meant to stay? I'll answer that question. It was nice in the beginning. Every day was a roller coaster. I had no idea what Emily was going to wake up. It reminded me of my dad, low key. That's how it was when I was a child. How long was she meant to stay for? A few weeks. She didn't want me to leave.
Clearly that's a lie. Amber, you just got caught in a lie. Emily showed us the text messages when you flat out said, do you want me to leave? And she says, yes. Right there. Lie. Lie.
I didn't want to leave. That's how it is with lesbian relationships. U-Haul lesbians, we didn't make up that term. That's a term for a reason. But I do want to say one thing. I did not want to move to Wisconsin. I want to make that very clear. I just wanted to stay longer. She just wanted me to stay longer. I did not want to move there. Did not. Her reply, there were little red flags early on. Like Amber would get upset if I didn't FaceTime her for hours every single day. Or if I was busy at work and she didn't have time to message her. The FaceTime her for hours every single day. That's true. And I think it's because that is the way that she set. So her and Colleen would be on FaceTime for hours and hours a day. That is how mine and Emily's relationship started. And
yeah, because you were long distance.
It was because she wanted that. We were on FaceTime for hours and hours a day.
Oh, sure. Emily wanted that. It wasn't Sky. I'm Sky. Oh my God. I meant Amber. Oh my God. I swear to God, I meant Amber. Okay. And now I've completely lost my train of thought. I'm just going to move on. I'm just going to keep it moving, Farrah. Keep it moving.
That is what I got used to. And having BPD, I have also very bad anxious attachment. Thankfully, I just want to say I'm very much far gone from that area. I don't have that like anxious attachment feeling anymore. I will admit that that's definitely how it was, because that's, you know, the pattern that we created together. And when I noticed, you know, sometimes she didn't want to do that, my brain, because it's not wired the same as everyone else's, my brain would tell me, she hates me. What did I do wrong?
I mean, what did you do wrong? We've been sitting here for a couple hours talking about what you've done wrong, but yeah.
During my first visit to Oklahoma, things actually seemed to go really well. But it was a short trip. We were still in that honeymoon phase. I genuinely hate that.
Sky, I'm going to buy you something off your wish list tonight. I'm sorry.
Like that saying. Why can't we just say that we were happy together? But it just goes to show that Emily was the love bomber because we were in that honeymoon.
Oh, come on. Emily was the love bomber. You both were love bombing each other at different points in time. Stop that.
Phase. I fucking hate that saying, bro. It was during my second visit when things started to feel off. That's new to me. I didn't even know that. She would get irritated if I checked my phone or responded to my messages that weren't about her or focused on her. I'm sorry, but I do not remember that. I'm not going to.
Didn't you just tell us you saw Emily on the phone and she was like scrolling and there were girls on there or something? I don't even know what she said, like my Instagram.
Sit here and say that she's lying, because that sounds very much something like Amberlynn at 24 would feel.
Or Amberlynn at however old she is. Well, how old is she? 34?
So did Amberlynn do that then? Maybe. But I do not remember that. That visit also happened right after she posted who I was, and she was and the doxing stuff. Oh, we get to talk about that. Oh, I'm excited actually, because that visit also happened right after she posted who I was and the doxing stuff that happened. So tensions are high. So I kind of brushed it off at the time, thinking it was just stress. But everything really started to change when Amber came to visit me. Yeah, because I saw your true colors. Those were flags.
I saw your true colors.
And those lightly pink red flags that were heart-shaped, they started to become brown and every other color that I don't like, puke green. And they were no longer heart-shaped. They were like circles and squares and rectangles and triangles because of you. And I remember we were sitting in your garage, you know, while you're in your little recliner chair and you're smoking cigarettes and I'm sitting next to you. And you said, you know what? Something I really like about you, you're always positive. That changed, didn't it?
Probably, because you probably turned into a raging monster. Technically, Amber doxed Emily by posting that text message that had Emily's full name on it. Oh, fucking Amber.
Why? Why did that change, Emily? Why did I stop laughing all the time with you? Who changed me? It wasn't me.
Oh no, of course it wasn't her, because she's a victim.
So the part about the visit also happened right after she posted who I was. I did not want to show anyone who Emily was. I actually have text message proof of this. We had talked about it. I knew the hate was going to happen. I explained the hate. I don't want the haters to find you. I don't think you can handle it. I don't want to post you. I was guilt tripped so bad. She would say things like, I don't want to be hid. I don't understand. Like, Alexis actually told you guys this. Alexis lied about some stuff, but there was some stuff.
You're all fucking liars. Every single person in this orbit is a fucking liar in this story.
She was truthful on. I've always said that. But I was guilt tripped into revealing who she was. She would say things, I want people to know that you're taken. I don't want to be hidden. I don't want to be a secret. I was terrified. I was like, I don't want to lose.
Yeah, you looked really terrified.
Emily, like, I feel like I'm being forced into this, but I also don't want the internet to ruin it for me as well, because I knew exactly what was going to happen. All of the doxing, she took it out on me. It was horrendous. I ended up getting cellulitis. I had 103 temperature. It was almost 104.
Of course you did, because what did you do wrong? You doxed her. Right? Is that what happened after?
My temperature was so high, I couldn't even think straight. She repeatedly was calling me, call lawyers, fix this for me. She didn't care that I was sick. I had 103 temperature. When you have BPD, like, you have that favorite person. They can do no wrong. I'd do anything to keep her. So I'm like calling lawyers, Googling lawyers, while literally vomiting. Like, genuinely, my brain was being fried. And all she cared about was me calling lawyers. I should have known then that she was a selfish person.
Oh my God. Just bad people dating other bad people, honestly. BPD, guys.
Genuinely hate that this is even happening, because it's like, I still love her. Okay.
yeah.
Her other message was she was originally only supposed to stay for a week or 2 tops. That's not true. It definitely wasn't going to be 3 months. No, we were planning on probably around 2 weeks because that's when I'd be off of work and be able to take her home.
I feel like in her head, Amberlynn Reid thinks she's like Alexis Rose from Schitt's Creek.
But by day 2 of her being at my house, things already started to shift. It was weird how high strung she was that early on. Emily, if that is the case, why did you want me to stay longer? Why did you want me to move in? Why did you call me? Why did you literally say that that was my home too? Why, when I came home because I chose to come home, you would message me saying, I immediately want you to come back home.
Show us. Show us. Farrah, thank you for being a member for 4 months, honey. I appreciate you. I don't know if y'all know this, but ALR has BPD. I mean, I heard about it. I wasn't sure though. Thank you for the support, sweetheart.
I was so high strung and I acted off. On day 2, why did you allow me to stay for 3 months? She really didn't like that I had a
She told you to leave multiple times that we saw with proof. So, I mean,
life outside of her. Not true. I mean, I work 12-hour shifts. I have a family, friends, pets, a house to take care of. Those are true things, but I didn't care because she only worked like twice a week. So what? But anything that wasn't about her felt like an inconvenience to her, and she made that very clear. That is so not true. It is absolutely insane. So when it comes to friends, she doesn't have friends.
Neither do you.
She had like a couple coworkers and stuff that she like kind of considered friends. I would always
So you probably rolled around, huh?
be like, why don't we go hang out with them? Why don't I don't understand like why she didn't want to introduce me to her friends. I thought that was
I mean, I have a couple of theories on that, why she wouldn't want to introduce you to her friends.
So weird. I didn't meet her family in person until like I genuinely had to. And I'm not going to say like that's personal. It's like medical stuff. I'm not going to like get into it. Like I genuinely was, oh my God, she messaged me. Are you really talking about my family? Oh, didn't say anything personal. I just said I wanted to meet them. Can you calm down, Emily? Like for real, like you literally.
Why are you two texting each other? Oh my God, this is giving like Chantal Nodder vibes, like dueling live streams in the villa.
In the message, I have family and friends and pets. Like I'm just responding to what you said. I would purposely try to find ways to like leave the house. Like I was like, can we do like a 5 Below challenge? I paid to do like this 5 Below challenge with her and a family member. Not going to go into detail. I'd get home from a 12-hour shift completely exhausted from a stressful job, and she'd get upset if I wanted to go straight to bed. You have never in your life gotten off of work and went straight to bed. She'd say things like, oh, you're not.
You probably didn't let her. But again, who knows?
Not going to hang out with me or ask me to take her to the casino or go shopping. We went to 5 Below one time. We went to the casino a couple times, and guess who paid? Me. Guess who else who loves the casino?
Because who probably wanted to go to the casino is probably bitching to go to the casino. You. I bet you probably said, oh, I'll pay.
And the bingo and the scratchers and the this and the that. Emily, we got along in that way. Did we go to the casino after you went to work? Maybe once, but it was usually on a day that you took off by your doing. So don't fuck with me. Don't fuck with me. Please don't fuck with me. If I said no, she'd get upset. You've never said no. And compared to her working on vlogs all day. That never happened because I didn't vlog at your house. I maybe did a few videos. So that's not true, Emily. Saying she still had the energy to do things.
If you get involved with any of these girls in girl worlds, just consider you're going to be used as content. That is it. If you have the unfortunate luck of getting picked up off the street by one of these or being adopted by one of these women, it's just shit out of luck.
So I should too. Okay. That none of that
honestly
ever happened. Amber expected me to constantly be available. I will say I was a little like that. I can take accountability there. If I didn't
just a little bit
text or call during my breaks, or if I wasn't giving her attention constantly, she'd get upset or start a fight. That's due to my trauma. She would always accuse me of not loving her, and she was and how terrible of a girlfriend I was. I never said you were a terrible girlfriend. You became terrible. She wanted me to call out of work anytime.
You're both fucking terrible.
Time she was having a crisis, or just felt like she wanted me to stay at home. Lie. Oh my God. She was all.
Oh my God, you guys. She said that I would tell her to stay home from work. Forget about the rest of all that whole all she's reading. It's the fact that she's saying that I told her to stay home from work. Like, I can't, you guys. I just can't.
always in a bad mood because of this. I don't know what that means. If I did anything that didn't involve her directly, she would start an argument. Not true. I was exhausted trying to juggle everything in my life on top of her constantly being mad at me. You weren't really juggling anything because you didn't really do much of anything. We'd get into arguments and she just wouldn't let anything go. That is literally you to a T. I have never been more gaslit and manipulated in my life. I have never felt the way that you made me feel in my life. The fact that you made me
I'm starting to hate, like, rue the day that I ever heard the term gaslit or gaslight.
feel the way that my dad made my mom feel is sick. Okay, she would
That has nothing to do with this, honey. Nothing to do.
gaslight, deflect, just typical narcissistic behavior. We both know I'm not a narcissist. Have I thought that in the past? Yes. Have I taken plenty narcissist tests? Yes. Have I talked to therapists? Yes, because genuinely that terrifies me. But you know that I'm not a narcissist.
How? How are you not a narcissist?
You know that I'm not. But the behaviors
You just know. Like, even though everybody says it, and even though like I've taken the test and the tests say I've taken a bunch of tests, guys. I've talked to like shrinks about it. Like, you know I'm not. Like, you just know. Like, you just know.
that you demonstrate shows test book narcissist behavior. And it scares me. You scare me. It got to the point where I started going into the other room just to sleep because she wouldn't stop arguing with me when I was trying to rest before a shift. That happened one time.
Look at the pause, and then that happened one time. No, it probably happened a lot. And you don't even want to say that. Like, if someone says it happened like once or twice, it probably happened like 20 times.
Because she wouldn't stop arguing with me when I was trying to rest before a shift. That happened one time. And it's when everything hit the fan. And I followed you in there with my BPD meltdown, my tantrum. Yeah, I did. And I'm able to admit that. My pain turned me into a monster because of what you did. Yeah, I am able to admit that.
My pain turned me into a monster, but it's okay because you did it. Look what you made me do. This is your fault. Look what you made me do. That is crazy.
And you're not taking accountability for anything, and that's terrifying to me. She came into the room and stood over the bed. She told me that if I wasn't going to continue the conversation, which was basically her going on and on of how I didn't love her, and then said, fine, if I can't have peace from being able to have this conversation, then you aren't going to either. She would then stand next to the bed I was sleeping in and intentionally keep me up all night. I feel like this happened every time she knew I was going to work. Like, she was intentionally keeping me up because she didn't like that I wasn't home instead of work. That's a bullshit lie. I liked when you went to work.
Didn't you just say a few minutes ago that you have attachment issues and you do like to be around everyone? You're very clingy. You've admitted to that multiple times. And now you're saying, I did like it when you went to work.
Not gonna lie, it was peace from you. I liked having those 2 days a week where
Then why the fuck didn't you go home? You had an apartment in Oklahoma. You have your own place. If you were at the point where it's like, thank God when they go to work, why are you still there? It's not like you were stuck there. Again, she has the means to get out. You're full of shit. You love this. I think it's just that simple sometimes, guys. Like, forget all the clinical terms for these fucking people. Some people just love to be miserable. They find it exciting because they have nothing else going on in their lives. Sometimes it really is just that simple sometimes. No hobbies, nothing to do besides go to bingo and eat and bitch on the internet. Like, they have to create some kind of drama because negative attention is better than no attention, right?
didn't have to be like, oh my God, is she going to be raging at me? Is there going to be a fat joke? I liked that.
Hey, it's Kiki. Thank you for the super chat. Kiki says, it's giving, I didn't punch you, Johnny. I hit you. Right. Exactly. It's so manipulative. It's just, oh God. Thank you for the support, honey. I appreciate you.
Peace, Emily. That one time, did I stand next to the bed crying for you to hear me, to love me? I felt so unheard. I felt so unloved. Like, you constantly were deceitful. Did I do that? I did. I stood there, bawling my eyes out, waiting for a hug, reassurance, love. Snowflake said, it sounds like she didn't want you to work and just spend all day at home with her. I'm guessing she used BPD as an excuse for her shitty behavior. I'm guessing so. What's your excuse, Snowflake? Emily replied, she 100% used her.
Because you know Snowflake so well. Because Snowflake comes online and tells you all of his problems. This is a problem with like parasocial relationships. I think I'm going to do a video about that this week. These the girls, they think just because reaction channels or whoever reacts to them, that they seem to know everything about us just because we talk to you guys every day. It's like, you don't know the real problems in our lives. You don't know the joys. You don't know anything about us because we choose what to share or what not to share, right? Like Amber thinks she knows Mr. Snowflake. You have no idea what that man's life is like. Nobody does on here. Zero of us. And that's the way it should be, really. Honestly.
BP as an excuse. I do. It's also a reason. That's what's frustrating me the most. Anytime she'd have one of her tantrums, she wouldn't take any accountability and say it's because she has BPD. And she'd be like, I'm not trying to be mean. I'm just trying to tell you how I feel, which is true. I am just trying to tell you how I feel. When she would literally scream at me about something like taking 4 minutes longer than I would have when I went outside to smoke. Not true. I told her she can't use that as an excuse if she refuses to do anything.
Didn't she admit also she did time people? So that makes sense that she would get pissed off if she was outside longer than her allotted time, which is fucking weird.
To help herself to get better. She made a lot of false promises of getting into therapy. So did you. You need therapy bad, girl. You need therapy bad, like on a different type of level. She told me in so many different occasions that she was signed up and she never went. That's not true. Oh, Snowflake said, so what would you do all day when you were at work? I'm going to take a guess and say nothing. Lay in bed all day watching reaction channels. So no, I wasn't watching reaction channels, but yeah, all I did was stay in her bed. That is all I did. I feel like some of this is
what a life.
Like out of order because this doesn't make sense. But the response was, yep, that was one of her manipulative. My mom was like, honey, I will come get you. You deserve better. You don't deserve this. She thought she would get a therapist here. I'd let her stay so she could do the therapy. She did a whole lot of nothing, to be honest. I didn't do shit there.
And how do you think that made Emily feel? You just lay in her bed all day, do nothing, and just fight with her when she gets home. Who the fuck wants to come home to that?
Miserable. She sit around and watch YouTube videos, including reaction channels all day. No, I did her laundry. She did do my laundry because I literally could not do the laundry.
Then check yourself into a home. It is not fair what you're asking people to do. You're asking people to just give up. Why don't you and Chantal just get together and just be fat slobs rolling around a house like two fucking butterball turkeys, honestly. Like two marbles in a little maze. Just eating and bumping into each other and just have everything padded so you could just fall over and be fine. Chantal could fall down the stairs and search for a midnight hot dog pack. You know, it's fine.
She had one of those laundries where you had to bend down.
Crazy.
I could not, like, there's the ones that are out like this and then the ones that are like this. Hers was like this and I couldn't like go down to get it. I'm too short and too fat. My stomach was literally in the way. I could not reach down and get my laundry. So yes, she did do my laundry and she did it twice when I was there. I cleaned up after her.
Wait, she did do your laundry. And then she did it twice when you were there. So how long was she there for? Months, right? So you're telling us that the only time your laundry was only washed twice in the entire time you were there. Yeah, okay.
And took care of the pets. She won't ever let Twinkie or the dogs out during the day when she was home. That's a
No
lie. So I'll come home from work. I have to clean up Twinkie's pee off the brand new floor that I put in. And her dog's pee, but that's not true. That was from when we were fucking sleeping.
Notice how she always has to, like Chantal, always has to bring in someone else. This person did bad too. It's not just me. Constantly deflect so you don't see what they do wrong. Look what they do. This person did wrong, not me. Look at them.
He said, ugh, disgusting. Only time I remember her talking about her responsibilities with the pets was when she did the video explaining how Rarity got out. I'm sure she talked about that stuff, but then I just can't remember actually before I asked about Rarity. How did the tantrums get? What was the worst? If you're okay talking about it. If not, I'll shut my face. You know what's funny? When me and Emily were messaging last night, Snowflake literally was asking questions about my hygiene. Emily told me. Snowflake was literally asking questions about my hygiene.
Wait. Emily told you after she talked to Snowflake that he was asking questions about your hygiene. Okay.
That's where his head is at, bro. This isn't for justice for Emily. This is for clout and for money and for making Amberlynn look as worse.
I don't think it's justice for Emily, just giving Emily a platform to tell her side of the story, and then it's up to the viewer to make their own mind up. I don't think Mr. Snowflake spun that as justice for Emily. He just gave her a safe space to talk about and to share her side.
As she can look.
Foodie is live. Are you fucking kidding me? Are you trolling me, Sally?
Like if Amberlynn can look bad, he's gonna do it. The tantrum slowly escalated each time. I started with her just shouting at me to escalating to her slamming doors and punching walls. That never happened. I think I slammed a door one time because I was so fed up. Like the betrayal, the gaslighting, the stonewalling, the cruelty, the fat jokes. Anytime I tried leaving the room, she would block doorways. She was also really jealous. Anytime I talked about Colleen, I made it very clear that I'm very understanding of the whole Colleen situation. But when you would compare
No one cares. Good. No one cares.
me to Colleen and
Let me see what she's doing. Hold on. She's got 320 watching her.
Well, from the stomach flu, yeah.
You know what? You know what, guys? I'm putting my foot down. We're going back to Amber. We're going to finish this. Who the fuck does Chantal think she is?
fights, you began to turn that into a weapon. Colleen was no longer your late fiance.
Putting my foot down this time. We're going to finish Amber. Chantal can wait till tomorrow. Fuck that.
But a weapon to hurt your current girlfriend. That's not cool, dude. I wasn't allowed to share memories or say anything about it really anymore. She would end up getting really pissed. I wonder fucking why. Because
it's okay with you guys. I know a lot of you dip and you want to see it live, but if you want to stay, we'll stay here and watch Amber. We'll hit that tomorrow.
she became a weapon just to hurt me. But the worst tantrum was actually the night that Rarity went missing. And why was I reacting that way? For the audience watching, let me remind you. Emily and I were sitting in her car, and she had lied to me for weeks about this woman she was speaking to. She said it was a coworker. Turns out it was a hater that she was friends with, where she would talk shit about me. She would stare at me right in my
why do the significant others always end up with one of the Beezers, one of the Am babies? What's going on with that? God, it can't be that simple.
Eyes. The woman that she
Firewalled. You knew what I meant, man.
She loves and say, I'm not lying to you. She was on Tumblr looking at naked women bigger than me right after having sex with me. And the picture that is so engraved in my brain was this woman on an oxygen tank.
Listen, it is never my intention to shame anyone for the things they find hot and sexy and steamy and moist. But if you have to see someone deteriorate physically in order to get off, that is harming someone. And that's where I draw the line personally. I think it's fucking gross. If I had saw that, that would probably be a deal breaker for me. I can't imagine what that feels like, though. That's fucking strange. That is strange.
In a hospital bed. And then in that same moment, I find her on Phoebe, which is where the feeders go to do their thing. I click the messages. The day that we met in person, she messaged a girl saying how sexy she was.
I mean,
how sexy she was. She messaged another masked lesbian feeder saying, wow, we're rare. Masked lesbian feeders.
Masked lesbian mask?
That's the day I found out the truth about everything. Well, not slightly everything, but most of it. And then you get mad and play victim because of my reaction. She saw me scrolling through my phone, and there was this woman on my Instagram feed. She flipped out and said I was micro cheating. She fucking lied. She's
whatever this reaction is I'll tell you right now, complete whatever this is a lie. Whatever she's trying to say is she's way overacting for this.
Saw this woman on my Instagram and lied. She saw this woman on my Instagram feed. She won't even admit to the Tumblr. When I tell you my jaw is on the floor, can someone pick it up for me? 'Cause I'm too fat. Whew, that was the first time she got physical with me. She threw things at me. What did I throw at you? What did I throw at you? Actually, I didn't throw a thing at you, Emily. Oh, she replied.
This is so fucking weird. Why are you this is now I want to say this is all for fucking money.
The water bottle that was on my dresser. Oh, I threw a water bottle on your dresser. Okay, let me go back to the text message from last night where you said that I did not throw it at you. You know when
oh, that fucking attitude, man.
You picked up the water bottle to throw at me. All I did was pick it up. I didn't throw it at you. And then you said, so when you picked it up and raised it like you were gonna throw it, what was that? That is what you said right in there. So did I throw it or not? But how are you gonna sit here and lie?
Who would put up with this garbage human? Honestly. It's not even like she's really hot and you could just tell her to shut up. You know, like I just, fuck, man. The internet has given people such a pair of fucking cojones. I can't.
I'm like so actually shook right now. She then grabbed my arm.
Exactly, Ruthie. All I did was threaten to throw this at you. What's wrong with that? What, you don't like that I threatened you? No, I don't like that you threatened me.
And dug her nails into my arm to the point of drawing blood. I have a picture.
What the fuck? Evil laugh, wicked witch, west, east, north, and south was that shit?
To the point of drawing blood. I have a picture that she later deleted months later. All right, let me dumb this down for dummies. We're fighting, like, not physically, sorry. The BPD tantrums coming out of me. Her room, it's cluttered.
Did she just say she's going to dumb this down for the dummies?
Drawing blood. I have a picture that she later deleted months later. All right, let me dumb this down for dummies.
That's highly insulting. You're the fat girl fucking raging on the internet about your ex, not us. You're the dummy, not us.
We're fighting, like, not physically, sorry. The BPD tantrums coming out of me. Her room, it's cluttered. I end up tripping over the fucking rug. My body goes onto her. She falls. I grab her arm.
My body goes onto her. She falls. I grab her. She falls. It's not my fault. I grabbed her. My body went onto. Do you hear how like she's
in her car. She takes a picture of her arm and she sends it to me. It shows nothing. 2 days later, we're now arguing about the argument that we had 2 days prior. Why are we arguing about that? Because Amberlynn's hurting. She ends up leaving.
Oh, of course, because Amberlynn is always hurting. She's such a
in the house again. That's what she does. She ends up sending me a picture of her arm with these nail marks that are like so like deep. I'm like, well, I'm literally on the phone with my mom, bawling, and I'm sending my mom these screenshots. And I'm like, Mom, I think Emily just faked nail marks. Emily literally faked nail marks in a different shirt on a different day, took the picture as if it was the same day.
Wouldn't that be easily provable, though? That would be easily provable, right? Because when you take a photo on your phone, you go into the actual info of your photo and it tells you the exact day and time you took the photo. It'll give you quite a bit of information, actually. Right?
And Emily then later deleted both of the things, but she didn't know that I took screenshots of it. She is trying to get a situation to look like something that it wasn't.
Or are you? This whole thing is fucking, oh my God.
Stop exaggerating. Say it like it is. Amberlynn having crazy tantrums. Say it like it fucking is. He responded to her, Jesus. Wow. Snowflake, you're so
They're from the same day. Gotcha. Interesting. Thank you.
Pathetic. You're so empathetic. She replied with, at that point, I was livid. I told her.
I mean, if I saw this, even if I didn't like Tommy and I was on Amberlynn's side, just the way that Amberlynn is acting, you got to look at people and how they break up with people, right? How do people act when their friendships end? How do people act when they break up with someone or someone breaks up with them or something bad happens at work? Like, and that's how you can kind of gauge how people are. You know what I mean? Like, I wouldn't want to get involved with this lady, even if I liked her. Like, I might like her, maybe have a crush on her. Not that I do, I'm kidding. But like, I wouldn't want to get involved.
To go back to Oklahoma, and then I was absolutely done. I decided on my own that I was going to leave. I know she likes to say that she decided it. It was not her decision. It was mine. Then she grabbed a picture of me and Colleen and held it up and threatened to break it. She knew that is something that would hurt me more than anything she could do physically to me, like the lowest she could go. She let her apologize and then tried begging for me back, saying that it was her BPD. At first, she denied that she did any of those things, which that sucked too. I've never denied a single thing that I've actually done. And I'm like, am I just imagining the gouges?
Are you going to talk about that, or are you just going to? Okay.
Out of my arm?
I assume that's true then. I don't know if this is just like an editing thing, or maybe that isn't. I don't know if she said something. I don't know.
I saw a photo that makes me want to cry. Like, why does this have to happen? Why couldn't it just been a good relationship?
Because you're a terrible person. You attract terrible fucking people. Good people can see this kind of behavior a mile away. That's why bad people always seem to end up with bad people.
She apologized profusely
In
when
the
she knew
end,
she couldn't
anyway.
gaslight me into believing it didn't happen.
Right,
It
reason.
didn't. Oh my God. See, this is what I mean about being gaslit. You start to think, did it really happen? If it wasn't for me saving that fucking screenshot that she later deleted, I would be sitting here thinking, did that really happen? I'm just like literally like, I mean,
It's the poop bun for me, guys.
it's me sad for her. My favorite thing is sit on and spin. I figured it out. Oh my God, suck my ass. I've
No wonder why Emily's pissed.
never been more excited in my life.
Dom delusion.
I've never been more excited in my life. So this is original photo, okay? And remember, there's gauges and blood, okay? Remember that part. This is her arm.
Oh, and might be some blood. If you don't like that kind of stuff, please look away.
This is her arm, okay? Keep in mind, she's wearing a maroon shirt. And then look at what she sends me a couple days later because she forgot that she took that photo and sent it to me. In this photo, you're going to see these weird marks that she created herself. Oh, Emily has marks all over her body. I don't want to go into medical from something medical. I'm not getting into it. She is wearing a completely different shirt, completely different day. Why is it blurry? She faked nail marks days later. Didn't you guys hear what she said in Snowflake?
That doesn't prove any.
Flake's fucking thing that she was bleeding. Oh my God. I hate that I'm doing this because I still love her, but it's like I'm tired of the lies. And right here it says, am I just imagining the gauges? Am I just imagining that? Am I just imagining that? Am I just imagining that?
She's saying gauges. Oh, is she trying to gouges? I'm sitting here and I'm like, is she saying? I'm like, God, like gorgeous, like hey, gorgeous. Like I'm just like, what the fuck is she saying? Oh, okay.
Yes, you are imagining that. Are you imagining the gauges out of your arm? The blood? Yes, you are. When was it?
Yeah, gotcha. I was like, gotcha, God. I'm like, what is she saying?
When was I muted? Did you guys hear me say that that was from November 17th? Sorry, Gabrielle. I don't know how to pronounce it. And then Snowflake goes, oh God, then you went to work. Oh, he's so sympathetic. Such a sympathetic man. Oh, stupid as. We might have to do like a part 2 when I get home.
God, no.
I spent hours upon hours driving around looking for her, walking through fields and in between houses around my house and through the snow. Amberlynn would go on the drives.
Like, we're not learning anything new. We're just hearing he said, she said, her side, her side, her side. Like, there's nothing. No one's got any receipts. This is just absolutely pointless at this point, right?
With me, but obviously didn't do the walking around part.
Hey,
When it was snowing, no, I didn't. No, I didn't. I can't walk in snow. I wear flats. I have lymphedema. But when it wasn't snowing, I was looking just as much as you. One time, Emily got in such like a bad fight, and it was over something that she said to me. Obviously, like I'm a sensitive person, duh. So I'm gonna feel some type of way. So we were in an argument, and she literally would use looking for Rarity as like a control thing, as like power, in the same way that she would use Colleen as a weapon.
Like how you said the cat went missing when you just probably booted her out the door and used that as a manipulation tactic to stay when she told you to fucking leave in no uncertain terms.
She started to use Rarity as one. I loved Rarity, and she was a sweet cat, and she would always sleep on my chest. I did everything I could to try to find her. I can't say 100% that she purposely let her cat out, but give the circumstances, the situation doesn't look good. You left the fucking door open. When you left that night, you betrayed me, and you could not handle the reaction that I had due to the pain that you caused me. And I took the blame. That is a conversation we had ad nauseum. So many times we talked about it, Emily. And you know that. I took the blame for you over and over and over. I lied about everything for you.
I'd want to see some kind of text message to your mom or something from that date. And even then, I don't know if I trust it, but still, that'd be something, right? To see.
About you being a feeder, and I lied about us not being a relationship to protect you constantly because I wanted people to like you. But
It's Savior Lynn, guys. Savior Lynn is here. She's here to protect those she loves.
you know what's funny? You wanted people to hate me. Do you have a humiliation kink? Is that what it is? You wanted to see me humiliated?
Right, sure.
You got your way. Are you turned on? Is this like your version of like phone sex, sexy time? Well, I'm not having fun with it. I'll tell you that. If it was a ploy to get her to be able to stay in Wisconsin longer than I guess it definitely worked. Off. The most horrific things that you can say to a person, she said to me. And I stayed with her. And I still loved her. Sadly, I still do. When is my pain gonna stop? Because in the good times, Snowflake says, I don't know if you're like Amber and keep old messages, but do you have any messages from Amber about Rarity going missing? Because I need the clout. I need the money. Because I quit my
honey, you're doing this for the money, very much so. Like, don't get that twisted. The only reason you're on here spilling your guts is because you want money.
Job to do this, and I'm divorced. Yeah, I do. I have the message of her initial reporting when she was missing, which is timestamped. It shows that her story that she posted on her vlogs about her being missing at 5 a.m. was not correct. So our huge argument happened wee in the morning, 5 a.m., 4 a.m. Emily has a massive house. Her cat Daniel, Princess, Wasabi, Rarity, they all like to be in the basement. That's where they went to the bathroom. They had free roam of the whole place, and also her cat Wig. So normal pattern of the day is a lot of the time, like you didn't.
And why didn't she just get the cats boarded? Why would you take them to
see a cat? You didn't see a cat because they were all hanging out doing their damn thing at the basement. And I noticed that normally the time when I would see her, I didn't see her. I've seen most of the cats today, but I haven't seen Rarity. So I went down to the basement and I didn't see her. I'm going to floor number 1, floor number 2, floor number 3, floor number 4.
Yeah, right.
Or why isn't she coming out? That is when I messaged Emily because the pattern was then broke. The fact that like Emily is like turning this into, I don't know if she.
Guys, you guys think she went to 4 different floors but didn't hit the back porch?
You like let her out on purpose when you know you let her out because you left the door open is sick. Where's the next messages? Snowflake says, well, that doesn't look good. In his head, he's like, that looks great. That looks amazing. He's probably thinking in his head, I'm gonna get that money. And then he said,
good.
She made a couple videos crying about Rarity.
I'd rather Mr. Snowflake get the money than you because this is bullshit, Amber.
Were you off screen watching this and what did you think? Because her acting is, I've always thought, I didn't buy she was genuinely sad. I was home for a few of them that she filmed. It was always after a fight between her and I. I think she wanted to take advantage of the tears and the crying and put it on camera.
I think so too.
You're insane. And in this moment, I wish more than anything I could talk to your ex, Megan. Megan, if you are watching this or if someone knows Megan, have her talk to me.
Again, why would anyone ever get into a relationship with this woman? This is crazy. This is what crazy people do. Crazy people.
I would do anything to talk to you. Because at this point, I don't know. I would do anything just to speak to you personally. I will never share anything, but I need someone who understands because this is crazy. I even asked her why you would film right now if you're this upset. You are so unhinged.
Why? So you can platform this ex, whoever this person is, and then have her on your panel and then talk shit about Emily?
You have actually made me unhinged. There's a word for that. Someone actually recently told me about it.
Bless you.
They messaged me on Instagram and I was like, what is that? Yeah. It's where someone gets turned on by someone's pain. Is that what this is? The random like video recordings that she would do of me, she also did it to Megan while Megan was naked. And I've seen.
That is quite the accusation, Amberlynn. So you're basically calling her someone who does like revenge porn. Why does it always have to go to these dark spaces here? Why can't these girls just eat and be a mess?
It with my own eyeballs. Emily would push and push and push Megan until Megan would react the same way I did. When I first saw this video, I was like looking. And
why are you watching video?
I'm like, damn, this Megan girl, like, what the hell? What's her problem? And then I saw myself in Megan. Would I ever hold someone at a point? That's crazy. I get it.
So you were laughing at Megan with your new girlfriend, Tommy. That's great. That's wonderful.
Of course, Snowflake has to go, oh yeah, she's smashing YouTube. I am smashing YouTube. Thank you. Emily wanted me to smash her. Literally. She would say how much she missed her every once in a while, but she definitely handled it better than I would have ever if I lost my pet. Do you guys want to hear a story? The first time it snowed in Wisconsin, normally you think it'd be so cute and so sweet. We'd be out there like throwing snowball fights at each other. It'd be so cute. We'd come
and if you could bend over and make a snowball or a snowman, I'll give you $5.
inside. She'd probably want me to eat like cheeseburgers and like a bunch of chicken nuggets and stuff from McDonald's. It would just be so cute and so sweet. But no, do you want to know what happened? I had a full-fledged panic attack because all I could do was think about Rarity. You want to know what her response was? Nothing. I turned over in bed and I started crying. After my panic attack, I was like, genuinely, she hates me. I rolled over and guess what happened? Full-fledged fight. Because you know what she said to me? Are you crying again? That's what I dealt with. That's how I spent my first snow day in Wisconsin. I wanted to keep it civil while she was here while we were looking for the cat.
This is making me feel like I'm getting anxiety just listening to like if this was, oh God, dealing with this.
And by the way, Snowflake, sorry, I have the thought of hygiene. You asked Emily about my hygiene. She ate my be good.
I wasn't ready for that. That was a lot. That's I don't like that.
and she loved every second of it. So ask her again about my hygiene. Ask her again. Ask her again. We would argue on and off though. She was actually trying to minimize her tantrums. I never minimized my tantrums. Never. Snowflake says, how did you get her to leave eventually? Because she told us she left because she was a grown-up and had an apartment or some nonsense. Yeah, that was because I didn't want to say the truth. People were saying that. Zachary Michael, hi. Zachary Michael would constantly say how miserable I looked in Wisconsin. He does work at the Amberlynn Reid factory, so he does know me pretty well. And he saw that. Also, again, well, it's in my head.
Oh, now you're trying to use Zachary Michael as pro Amberlynn to further your points. Don't do that. I don't think he'd appreciate that very much, or they'd appreciate that very much.
I'm awake. I bet driving her home wasn't all sunshine and rainbows. Actually, it was great. It was great. We argued in the beginning because she's insane. She couldn't keep her normal behavior for too long before her true self came out again. That's you. I drove 19 hours straight though and flew home the next day. It took that long because of all the stops she had to take. Emily, that's part of your kink. The stops we had to take was due to my size.
Sugar, yeah.
And you loved my size. You loved my legs. You loved my legs. You have lied and lied and lied. You have fat shamed me. You have made me feel guilty for wanting to lose weight. You have cheated on me. You have used
no danger in there though, is there?
Your late fiance as a weapon.
Didn't she start at like 350 pounds? Jesus. Look what your life has become, Amber. Honestly.
Broke up before she decided to do this little weird thing with Snowflake. It was because I said, leave me the f alone. I expressed to her how I felt about something and she gaslighted me. She did a lot of threatening anytime she felt like she didn't have control of the situation. I'm so worried she's going to totally lose it when she finds out I talked to you. Because you know me. You know when you do things that hurt me, I lose it. You worked in the mental health field, Emily. You worked with BPD patients. You would constantly tell me, like, Amberlynn, you are straight up BPD. You would tell me that constantly. You knew what triggered me. You never did a single thing to help calm me.
Because it is not her job to get you mental health care. That is not her job to get you mentally well. That is your job. You're an adult. You are more than capable and you have the money.
Ever. You would purposely do things to trigger me. It reminded me of that video of Megan, and that's heartbreaking.
I told y'all that was going to be unhinged, LOL. So I'm guessing there will be a part.
Oh, that's Pulpy's little music. Hey, that's Pulpy's music.
Either in tonight's live or coming soon. Because there's a whole section she skipped over where Emily shared their personal text exchange. So I'll see you in the next one. And for now, I'll leave you with Amber's latest IG.
Does Pulpy know that's in there? That was crazy. So that was my first foray into this. Thank you guys for hanging out. I mean, wow, that's a lot to think about. They're both to blame in their own ways. Whatever is the truth, it doesn't really matter because they're both just terrible freaking people. And woof. Pulpy's music, is that free music? Oh, I thought he put the kazoo in there. That's why I thought it was his. But sorry, never mind then. Thank you guys so much. Thank you for coming and hanging out with me. I appreciate it. I know it's kind of like out of the ordinary. We'll go over Chantel tomorrow. I'm sick of her shit. We'll deal with her tomorrow. I'll see you guys later. Love you guys. Thanks guys for coming in. Bye.